Hello, everyone, and welcome to the grand final of Rainbow Six Bro League Season 3. We are joined here today with Team Agents versus Team Orbit, and it is destined to be one of the greater grand finals we have had. The first one without Punk Esports, and the community vote is in. It is almost a landslide victory on the community side, with Team Agents taking 61% of the community vote, and can't wait to see an upset in that. Anyways, the lineup for Team Orbit is Ghosty, Movo, Veron, Fairy Peak, Loner, Shax, and Kens. Meanwhile, the lineup for agents is Afridi Gang, Stranger, Pakhtun Kid, Malak Kamran, Kadak Noob, Zeni, and that's it. They don't have another sub. The maps we're going to be played today is the map one is Villa, and then Coastline, and the decider will be on Consulate, and Orbit will start an attack on all three of those maps. So can't wait to join these maps now, and we'll be getting into map number one, Villa. Mm, let's just get into the match now. So map number one, Villa, was as we get into it. So Vela was Orbit's pick. So it'll be interesting to see how this ban phase gets underway now because they have chosen to go and attack on Villa, which is interesting because Villa is supposed to be an attacker, a defender-sided map, yet they chose to go on attack. So maybe they have some sort of strategy for the second half. And right off the bat, a Nomad ban, we haven't seen a lot of those in this tournament. So usually you would see either a Jackal or a Capitao being the first ban. But yeah, looking forward to seeing Veron and Fragger going ham on this map. A Jackal being banned here, nothing out of the ordinary, and I believe we will be going for the a technical rehost because of bad pings, and the bans will remain the same. So Nomad, a Jackal, and Maestro. Uh, the fourth ban, I would assume, because Echo and Maestro both haven't been banned so much. I would assume a Mira or a Valkyrie ban, maybe. I don't know. So we're gonna have to uh, wait and see. Okay, so an Echo ban, fair enough. So both thick boys are off the board, and we will be going for a rehost due to technical issues, and we will be back with you shortly. Anyways, we are back after a quick rehost. It was a technical rehost called by the admin team because of the bad pings, and hopefully that issue has been resolved now. Uh, Seems decent enough. So yeah, right off the bat, they're going to dining room kitchen. Um, okay. Maybe they have some sort of strategy going into this map where they want to defend the bottom floor by holding the top floor. Dining room kitchen
Yeah,
is a very good site to defend,
and also if
but
you remember when agents were facing off Atom in the
mhm,
quarterfinals, they went to Tiny Kitchen in the first round as well on defense. So it's something
mm,
that they like to do, I would say. But that
yeah. So
time I don't think they had the mirror.
if Orbit have watched the
What?
VODs,
Yeah.
they'll be expecting this
Yep.
hold early on. They have brought the Gridlock as well as the Zofia, and so maybe they're expecting that the soft destruction that they both bring could be very
Attackers need to
important
locate and defuse
in
bombs.
this site, because if they can take control of master bedroom, they can practically negate a lot of this dining room site next to the kitchen. So it'll be interesting to see how Orbit decide to defend this, and what new thing they can bring after their matchup with Team Agents. Sorry, Team Atom, and Pakhtun Kid with the Valkyrie pick and Katak Noob with the Mira. So the Mira has not been banned, not something you see every day on this map.
10 seconds to insertion.
Okay, that's an interesting Valk cam.
5
You wouldn't
seconds left
necessarily be
before insertion.
looking for it, but if you just happen
Attackers'
to be
objective is to locate a bomb
droning
and defuse
and
it.
glance past it, it will be a very difficult camera to spot either way. And all five attackers spawning by uh, Fountain side, which is safe to say a clear indication that they want to go for the master bedroom take. They know what side they're attacking, and they have come prepared for it. The castle pick might just set them off guard if they don't have breaching charges or whatnot. So they've reinforced this wall towards the living room site, and they've opened up holes for it. So there's two things to it. One thing that they can deny access into, I believe it's called Astro Room or archives room, but they can deny access to that room. And ooh, a quick peek by Pakhtunkin is easily punished by Fragger Orbit as he
Bomb has
gets the
been
double
located.
kill onto the castle as well. So that is the upstairs control negated swiftly by Fragger. What a beautiful entry right there. And Pasty going onto the Hibana, opening up the Hibana holes into the side as Fragger is on low HP, but he's taking care of the one of the two three C4s actually, and Afridi with the C4 out, and it misses. Yeah, the C4. Okay, so Afridi is now in a bit of a jam here as he has to peek from that door. Their Stranger and Afridi's position given away, and 1 minute 18 on the clock, and this is looking dire for Team Agents as Kadak Noob is holding a long angle from deep inside uh, pantry as Stranger lays down the goo mines, expecting a push from several angles as he's able to rotate into Memorial Room. They were really expecting their upstairs hold to delay for a bit longer as they now don't have any smokes or denial to deal with it. As Kataknoop takes down Movo, pushing up the pantry stairs, which was not a very good move. And Stranger takes down Pasty down to a 3v3 and a 2v3 now as Afridi takes down Veron. So all of a sudden, Team Agents just Team Orbit actually losing their lead that they had gained early on, and they're unable to collapse into side. The drone work not coming into play. I believe it was just miscommunication on the part of the droners. It's all down to Ghosty and Fragger. Fragger, who was the first kill, he has to at least get a 3k or a 4k. He has to help
15
Ghosty
seconds to go.
take into the site. He can't wallbang, so he has to go for the ace now. He
Attackers have
takes down
recovered the
Stranger.
diffuser.
He has the
10 seconds
diffuser and he
remaining.
has a sight, but he doesn't have enough time to go for the defuse plant. The cross being held by Afridi, and what a defense here by Team Orbit. Round number one, really showing up. The anchors actually showing up because the roam was poor, but eventually when the side push finally came in, it just wasn't enough, and Afridi was able to take control of that final round, of the last round actually, and now they're going to trophy room, so avoiding AVG for now, which to many is still the primary sites, but yeah, they have a very interesting way of defending these sites. They're bringing a castle, not something you see a lot of on Villa, but castle can be used in a variety of ways on this map. You can put it on the doors into sight, as well as the windows into astronomy, or the windows that are behind the main statuary wall. So let's see how they play this one out. They are bringing the Mira, so the Mira is a
Attackers
mainstay
need to
on this
locate and
defending
defuse the bomb.
side. Meanwhile, the attackers are now bringing the Buck. So Veron on Buck is a very strange sight to see. Not a very strange sight to see, but very scary sight to behold, as he has been known to frag out on it quite a lot. The Buck and IQ from below can be a very daunting task for the defenders to deal with, as they are bringing the Mute and the Jaeger, Malik Kamran, but the Thatcher from Movo can easily deal with it. And
10
Freely's
seconds to
just
go.
chilling there on his Mute Jammer, possibly
5 seconds left.
just reading some DMs. I don't know.
Objective
So
is to
this
locate a bomb
Statuary
and
Wall
defuse
Mira
it.
is a very old strategy. It came out. The people used to put it on when the map first came out, but then it fell out of favor because of Zofia and the ACOGs being able to hold long angles from outside the balcony once they get the wall open. But with the castle barricade on the doorway, it can be a bit difficult for the attackers to actually push into the site once they take control of master bedroom, because of the mirror there as well. And the attackers have to really maneuver it from below, make sure that they take control from below. And there's no Mozzie, so Tracker doesn't have to take care of any stray Mozzie drones that he might um, mistake for other drones. And ooh, Malak Kamran actually caught out, and he misses the shots on
Bomb
Fragger,
located by
who
attackers.
once again, beautiful entry into the building, getting the kill onto the Jaeger holding inside Memorial, is not aware of his surroundings, and the drone work being beautiful there as they take care of the downstairs pressure. And now Fragger can use his IQ scanner to get rid of the mute jammers, as well as, yes, Afridi is in a bit of a pickle. He has one mute jammer as well as a C4 to play with, but he has to deal with well, the gridlock of Ghosty, and as I say that, he's taken care of by Ghosty, who peeks in and he doesn't see him. He sees the head of the Mira, but he's not shooting. I think he's camouflaged behind the box, so behind this bunny statue there, as Pakhtunkit gets Veron. So that's the first free frag coming in from Team Agents, as they look to do a similar thing to what they did last round, where they were able to take care of the side push. But Ghosty takes down Stranger. He once again sees the head of the Mira. Mira is able to get away with her life with about 60 health remaining, but the castle has actually pushed far up through onto the door, and Ghosty might not be aware of it. And if he's pushed
Attackers
aggressively
located a bomb.
by the castle, it could be a very easy fight for the castle to win. And Pasti takes down Katak Noob, and it's all down to Pakhtunkit to go for the ace. He has taken down Veron and Ghosty, and the Thatcher is stuck in the Legion mine. Pakhtunkit is on extremely low HP. 22 seconds left. He has to deny this diffuse plant. He doesn't have impact needs. He only has one arbor panel to deal with. As Pasti goes
15
for the
seconds
diffuse
remaining.
plant, Pakhtunkit on extremely low HP. He can possibly deny this if he peeks
Attackers are
the right
activating
way,
bomb
but no, the diffuser goes down, and now the attackers can now become the defenders and play this passively. He gets the headshot onto Pasky, his position now given away. He's on extremely low HP. He has to fight with two high health attackers, as Movo and Fragger holding the angles for Pakhtunkit to come in. The peak comes out, and Movo wins that one any day of the week. And that's round number two in the books, and first round for Team Orbit on Trophy Statuary.
Yeah, I don't know if
So
you
the
noticed
trophy
this or not, but when the
Mhm.
Hibana was planting in the corner by the trophy door towards astronomy, when the Castle tried to peek through the Hibana hole, he did see just a bit of her head while the plant
I
was
think
going
he
down.
saw, but because he had the hollow, it's
Yeah,
really
it
difficult to
blocked it.
land that pixel
Yeah.
shot with the hollow.
No, but also when he ADS'd it, he couldn't see it anymore. But when he was not ADS'd,
On ADS,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
unads'd, he did see a bit of her head, and if only he had noticed that and he had got the headshot on her,
Yeah,
maybe you
but
could
they
have.
didn't have any info on site for him to know that there's a plan going on. I mean, even with an ACOG, Ghosty couldn't spot the head of the mirror, so
Yeah,
it's only fair that he couldn't see it with the hollow as well.
indeed.
Anyways, round number three
Attackers
now
need to
beginning,
locate and defuse the bomb.
and they've gone back to Trophy Statuary once again. I think they realize where they've gone wrong. They are bringing the mirror again, but this time they're bringing the bandit instead of the mute. So really realizing that the bandit will be far more useful, and Stranger on the Legion once again, and this weird reinforcement technique. So
But
what's
they,
one way of denying impact tricking is to break open the wall, and so it doesn't impact trick.
yeah.
But
But at the same time, they also
if
want
they
to put a
reinforce
mirror
from
on
this
it.
side, it's difficult to. They can't do that. So hmm.
Attackers are
Kataknu
moving out
making
to
this
locate a bomb
rotation
and defuse
inside AVG is also something I want to.
I'm changing mags!
hmm
Drone is active.
Anyways, so Ghosty is chucking his drone in the air and propelling up the balcony now. So they're going once again with a similar strategy to what they did last time around, and they will be taking into master bedroom. Meanwhile, Fragger droning himself into kitchen downstairs with Ron on his back on the Zofia this time, and Fragger is going to come into contact with the Jaeger. But what a pre-fire by Fragger, realizing the position of the Jaeger. And beautiful drone work there by Fragger to get the opening kill onto Mullet Kamran, whose Jaeger roams have not been working out at all. And he really has to rethink his strategies. The mirror window has not actually been put down on the wall yet, so I don't know. So the impact needs. So no, the mirror window is there, but he's unable to get an angle on the mirror window. Afridi sees the head of, I believe that was Ghosty, as he decides to go for the bandit pick. Ooh, if Viron was aware of the bandit picking, he could have easily shot the bandit from below. But meanwhile, Viron takes care of Pakhtun Kid, so that I believe was a flank by the castle. Beautiful drone work once again coming into play as Afridi Gang is on extremely low HP, and he is being pressurized by the attackers inside master bedroom. He shoots the feet of the, I believe that was the,
So,
yep,
gridlock.
the gridlock. Yes, the gridlock is down by the bandit. Meanwhile, the Legion of Stranger is also taken care of. So he has to forcibly go for a rotate, and Kadak Noob, the last man on full HP on defense, as Afridi is on extremely low HP. He has to hold down the anchor on this trophy side as he's being pressured from so many angles. He has his mirror window on his side, but there's so many angles he has to peek. He goes aggressively onto Viron, takes care of the Zofia, and beautiful shot onto Mo as well, brings us down to a 1v2 now, as he doesn't know the position of the attackers. He doesn't spot the IQ, the Hibana actually, and Hibana gets the final kill. Paschi finishing that up. It was almost a nice clutch attempt by Katak Noob, but eventually Team Orbit were the ones who capitalized on the opportunity. Anyways, 2-1 now, so Orbit getting the lead, and Fragger already on 5 HP. Twice or maybe all three times he has denied Mullah Kamran any roam potential, has taken him down quickly every single round. This is This is looking very difficult for Malik Amran. He switched over to the castle this time, so no Jaeger being played yet, and they're going back down to a dining room kitchen, which was the first site they played and they won. So possibly they will be looking to repeat their success on this site, as a pretty similar lineup being brought out by the attackers. So we're on back on the Sophia, and a very similar lineup to round number one as a whole on the defense
Attackers need to
side as
locate
well.
and defuse bombs.
It'll be interesting to see how they play the Mira, because they didn't play the Mira towards Laundry. They played it instead towards Mulder Room. They reinforced it, and then they played one Mira upstairs inside Statuary to allow a hole inside Statuary, allow them to hold Master Bedroom for as long as possible. But the upstairs roam was taken care of far too quickly, and the attack kind of just fell off after that. So hopefully the roam upstairs can stay alive for a little bit longer, but we'll have to wait and see, as Fragger is on top form right now, and he will be hopefully wanting
Attackers are
to
moving out to
continue
locate a
his
bomb and
form, as
defuse it.
Bakhtoon Kid on the Valkyrie now, so Fragger will need to find the Valcams along with getting the kills, as Bakhtoon Kid has put down all his Valcams. He does have a C4 in hand, and he will be holding upstairs with possibly Malak Kamran on the castle. Fragger bringing the recharges, so they're expecting the castle to be played as Kanteknu opens the hatch and falls down. He could have been caught out and the rotate as Malik Kamran. I think he wanted to open up that castle barricade, but instead he decided not to. But the final Mira now going up now as Ghosty rappels up onto the balcony. Uh, 50 seconds in, and the drone work now coming in as Vala Kamran droning for himself once again. Fragger actually droning for himself once again. The holes being opened up on this wall now. This is very interesting. Vala Kamran can actually hold
Bomb
from
located by attackers.
Astro, and he can actually get the attackers who want to cross the closet site. But instead, I believe Fragger has no, Fragger's still inside a closet, and Viron is actually pushing up from AVG, so this top floor control is taking far more time for the attackers to deal with than it did the last time around, as Movo gets a team kill onto the Hibana. Unlucky as Viron gets a refrag, sort of refrag onto Malik Kamran. So that's the castle taken care of, but Bakhtoon Kid is also very close, and the position I think given away, but he gets the kill onto Viron, so this is not looking good as Viron pushes up. And Fragger gets a refrag onto Bakhtoon Kid, so that's the top floor control given away. But the team kill onto the Ivana could prove costly now, as they cannot open up the wall towards the site from Laundry, and Movo is forced to push from this one doorway, and he has to be very careful because there's so many angles that he can be peeked from. And he doesn't know the position of the Legion who's playing on the right side of the door. The C4 goes out, and thankfully misses Movo, as he is now he's stuck on the doorway. 48 seconds left, and now once again the side push coming in, and now the attack stalling on this side push, and Momo stuck on this doorway, looking to see if he can push into sight. He will get peeked by, and a beautiful shot onto Stranger. He's expecting a second peek, but he doesn't land a shot onto Kanteknu. That's the diffuser down with only 30 seconds left. Afridi Gang holding the fort inside Memorial Room. He's gonna rotate, and he's getting shot in the back by Fragger, and Ghostly finishes the kill onto Kanteknu, and this time Orbit finishes the round in their favor. Beautiful execute there in the end. The shot on the Legion by Movo really starting that side push for Team Orbit. Beautiful flick onto his head, and then he knew the position. He saw the mirror, but was unfortunately unable to land the shots on him. So he was able to give the position of the mirror away, which was then capitalized on by Ghosty and Fragger. Fragger once again proving to be a great entry fragger for his team, and he has 7 kills in just 4 rounds, which is absolutely amazing. And on the other side, Malik Kamran is still on a donut. This is not looking good for the poor guy. He has gone back to the Jaeger role, so fair enough to him, but he has not been faring very well. His ADSs probably are doing more work than he is, but obviously Movo has been fluent in negating that pressure as well. Afridi looking to go for a six pick, but he didn't choose in time. But Pasti will be looking to stay alive for a bit longer than last time, where he got team kills quite early on. So AVG being played for the first time on this map, and straight off the bat, impact nade on the floor next to the bomb. That's usually a point where the attackers will open up, and maybe it's to dissuade the attackers from planting behind the bomb. Either way, the mute being played and no Mira being played. So this is a site where the Mira is most notably useful because of the hold inside the site towards study. But instead, they're not going for the Mira and instead going for Stranger on Dock and Katak Noob on the Legion. Fair enough. Afridi on back on the mute again. He'll be looking to stop the Hibana pallets for as long as possible before Mo takes care of them. No bandit being played as well, so no bandit tricking hopefully, and no bandit tricking at all. But Katak Noob still has one impact net, so he can possibly deny one set of Hibana pellets should he want to. But the wall hasn't been opened up from above, and so Afridi can open it up, but I don't think he has time right now, and he is still opening up the rotation holes. The beautiful mutily is being shown off right there. He plays. Oh, so the first Thatcher goes out, and then Afridi puts down his mute charge. So that's brilliant mute play actually, because this way he can actually save his mute charge and waste one of the possible three Thatcher grenades. The rotation hold opened up very crudely, but did I just see that correctly? Have they actually opened up a rotation into walls and then castled off the 90 window? And Stranger gets the kill onto Fragger, so that's the first time Fragger has not been able to get the opening frag of the round and has instead been the opening frag of the round, as Stranger finally looking to see if he can get this round in for his team, as Ghostly now pushing up Astronomy, and they seem a bit perplexed once they lost the fragger, because he is their entry,
Zone ready.
and because they haven't got a pair entry now, they have gotten the wall towards site open, but that's nearly not enough, as there's two, possibly three defenders stuck in there. But they don't have to do anything, they just have to wait their time. With 1 minute left on the board, not a lot of time for the attackers to do and to deal with them, as Katak Noob and this hole on 90 has been proving absolutely dangerous. And as I say, that Ghosty takes care of Stranger, and Veron takes care of Control and pushes into walls. He gets the castle, and this rush into walls has been absolutely terrifying, as Veron is taken down by Afridi. So his rotation actually working against him, as Ghosty takes care of him, and Momo gets the kill onto Mullah Kamran. And once again, Team Orbit, a beautiful round there at the end. After losing Fragger, it looked like they lost their momentum, but they were just biding their time. They were just doing their droning. Once that kill on Stranger happened, it was just downhill from there. And what an amazing round by Team Orbit, I have to say. But at the same time, that rotation strategy where you open up vault and hold it down with a castle barricade, hold 90 with a castle barricade, has been tried and tested by so many teams and has never worked out, apart from I think one or maybe two times. Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if you noticed the level of communication between Team Orbit or not. In the last round, the round before the last one, there was the Thatcher of Movo playing in Laundry, and he pinned the wall for the IQ because he noticed that the mute was playing by the wall, because he chucked the C4 above the hole, right? And then the IQ, you know, reached open above the wall right here. I can show it to you. So this room right here. So this wall was being pinned by the Thatcher playing by the door here, and IQ opened up a hole above him with her breaching charges to, you know, scare away the mute playing behind the reinforced wall. So
He did get hit by the breaching charge
yeah,
as well.
he did eat some damage as
when
well.
he went to-
And just to let you know, that round was won as a 3v3, while they couldn't win the first round as a 5v3. So there you can see the importance of communication, how important that is. Because last time we saw Veron pushing by this door right here in kitchen without droning, and
5
the
seconds
neutral just standing right there. So lack of communication led them to lose even a round with huge man advantage in a 5v3.
to locate a
And also
bomb
this
and
round, I
defuse
don't know if you noticed or not, but Ghosty got off the window. I'm sorry, I don't have enough time, but I have to show it to you quickly. Ghosty went out this astronomy window. He came back. He repelled on this, you know what it's called, 90 window, but it was castled
Yes,
off. So he waited for the Zofia, who was playing right here, to use her concussion nade or impact nades to open up the window, without exposing herself to the dog. And as soon as the Zofia opened the window on 90, Gridlock just pre-fired and pre-fired with her LMG and got the kill on the dog. So that's some next level communication for you at JHX. That is really good to see on this level of
Yeah, not something you see a whole lot of these days, but a beautiful example right there by Team Orbit as round number 6 underway, the final round on this half. And Malakam once again being the opening frag. This man is just not having a good time, as once again he's a Jaeger inside kitchen and he's been taken care of. Movo on this balcony. He's being faced by two sets of mirror windows, so he has to be careful not to get peeked by any of the defenders. And he's just expecting someone to be playing on the top of main stairs, expecting a rotate or a push from there, holding down the fort for maybe Hibana to drone out as Viron goes on the Zofia duty downstairs. He's opened up a hole into, I believe, the site hallway, as Pasti is going for a rotate towards a wall. So they realize that the vault side is been left, and it has been banded and left to rot as Fragger takes control of 90, and Stranger playing inside site is holding for a push into the site, and that is, I believe, a bulletproof camera taken care of, but not enough for them to play with. Now Stranger is stuck behind the bar window, and now all they have to do is open up the vault. As Pakhtun Kid is playing downstairs, he can go for a flank, and if this flank is not being watched, it could be very devastating for the attackers, as now the Gridlock track stingers go off, and his position will be given away once he tries to go up the floor. Pasti pushing very aggressively on the doorway. He gets the mirror window, and now he can go for this wall as Pakhtun Kid is biding his time. 30 seconds left on there's not a lot of time for the attackers, and they aren't looking as Pakhtun Kid gets run. He gets some damage done to him by Ghosty, but he gets peeked from the side, and a beautiful retake by the defenders. It's all down to Movo and Fragger to take this site. Movo takes down a freebie. He has control of vault, but he doesn't have. He has the diffuser. The diffuser is stopped inside the vault, and Pakhtun Kid on that flank. Beautiful round out by Pakhtun Kid. He got 7 kills on that half, and a beautiful round overall. Just playing downstairs. So once again, these downstairs flank working out for team agents. So
Really?
the first time actually it worked out. The first time it actually worked out for them, because before they were being
Shut
too
down.
careless with their flanks, and they actually went on the flanks too soon. Pakhtun Kid actually went on the flank really, really late, and he was downstairs. He was able to avoid any droning, and once that they didn't know that he was down, and once there was not enough time for them to actually care for a flank, that was when Pakhtun Kid striked, and he got the kill onto the Zofia. Then he quickly scurried off with some damage done, but he didn't have to push up at all, as he was able to go all around the map to the other side towards main stairs and get the final kill onto the IQ there. So beautiful round overall, and it's 4-2. And now Team Orbit are on defense. So if what we know if about this map is going to be true, and it does happen to be a defender-sided map, we could see a landslide victory for Team Orbit. But by the looks of this map, the attackers have been favored to be winning a lot of the rounds. So we'll have to wait and see if it works out the same way it happened in the last half, where the attackers were winning more than the defenders. And the first fight being played by Orbit is going to be AVG. Fair enough. Trophy Satchery was just not working out.
Yep.
Team
They want
agents,
to-
and I don't think they want to play. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but I want to highlight the patience from Pakhtun Kid in the last round. We saw the roam from the Jaeger and Pakhtun Kid, the Legion and the Jaeger, on the ground floor or somewhat ground floor because the Jaeger was playing on the study stairs right here. But Pakhtunkhwa was being really patient despite only 3 men being on the site and 5 attackers attacking the site. He was really patient on the red stair. He knew that there were some, traps by the gridlock, and he had to be patient to push them. So he waited for the call from his friend in Mira to let him know whenever the attackers got to the door. And as soon as he got the call, he peeked up. He could have gotten 2 of them, but he got one and just then went away, saved his life. And then Mira was there to get the second kill onto the gridlock of Fragger. So nice communication between the Mira and the Legion from Pakhtunkhwa and Khatak Noor, I believe. That
The drone is ready to go.
Yeah, fair enough. A good play on their part, and now they're on the defensive side now, and it'll be interesting to see how they play this one out. They are not bringing either a bandit or a mute, so all of these vaults can be opened up easily by the Hibana. There's no thermite on the board. We haven't seen a thermite all day today on the first half, as Mullah Kamran hopefully wanting to exact his revenge as he opens up the floorboard downstairs. He is being accompanied by the IQ of Stranger. Is taking care of all the utilities from down below, as the Montagne being played by Khatak Noor. So this is completely evaded. The Pasti gets a double kill onto Stranger and Mullah Kamran, and Mullah Kamran is just not having a day at all. Good day at all, as the refrag coming out by Pakhtunkhwa onto Veron. 1 minute 19 on the clock, and the roam by Pasti really working out for him as he takes care of the downstairs presence by the attackers, and now the attackers really have to worry about this flank from Pasti should it come to play, as Khatak Noor is being pressured by the defenders as he just holds into this side door, expecting someone to push him aggressively, and it's the Legion actually. The Legion is actually fair amount stuck inside that bomb chassis, and all he has to do is just wait his time and wait for the Monty to an ADS or Pakhtunkhwa to peek him, as Pakhtunkhwa is on extremely low HP and he can actually go down to 1 impact nade, but I don't think the Legion is aware of this, as Fragger is taken down by Pakhtunkhwa and Movo knives Khatak Noor. So the Monty being knifed as Ghosty is taken down by Pakhtunkhwa. He's not aware of it as he peeks with the bearing 9. Doesn't work out. It's all down to Freedy in technically a 1v2 with the Legion Mine in his feet. The wall has been opened up, but the Legion Mine is
15 seconds left.
forcing him to slow down, and the revive will come on the Ghosty, so it's down to a 1v3 now, and Afridi really having some a tough time getting into the site. The diffuser is down. He gets the kill onto Pasti, but it's too little too late, as
Operator, you have run
an
out of
unimportant frag. Not an important frag, as the round goes in favor of Team Orbit, and that's round number 1 of defense for Team Orbit. 5-2, 1 round away from map point, or map number 1. Infinite overtime, not looking like a possibility. Now Pakhtunkhwa on 9 kills, yet his team has not been able to pull their own weight. And Mullah Kamran still sits after 7 rounds on a donut. He has not been having the best of times, best of days on this map, and he will be looking to possibly exact his revenge in the next couple of rounds should the team agents want to come back from this deficit. The Thermite being 6-pick off to a Thatcher, so they don't want to play a Thermite. That was the first glimpse of a Thermite we saw a whole day, but he was 6-pick off to a Thatcher, a far more important operator, but at the same time there's no breach denial, so a Thermite would have been useful regardless. But anyways, grenades being brought by on the hands of Mullah Kamran. Khatak Noor playing on that Montagne once again. He wasn't very useful. He ended up being knifed by, I believe it was Momo. Yeah, so Momo ended up knifing the Monty, which isn't a very pleasant sight for the Monty, because, you know, he is supposed to be
10 seconds to
a very
go.
difficult guy to knife, because he can un-ADS and knife you back so quickly. But yeah, Ghosty with that beautiful smoke elite, and just opening up the holes in the floor, in the wall actually to chuck smoke grenades and possibly impact trick with the C4 chuck goes out and it misses. Unfortunately, it was onto a Monty. How unlucky do you have to be Viron right now? Because if it was any other operator, he practically had a free Kobe kill with that C4. But unfortunately, it was the Monty, and the C4 is wasted, and there's no more C4s on the board for the defenders to play with, and Viron only has his cameras to provide information to the attackers, to the defenders actually, and the Freedy just repelling on this window, waiting for intel from his team, as Ghosty's playing on a very aggressive, well not very aggressive, but very vulnerable position, as if he stays so he finally rotates back, so fair play on his part. So Malak Kamran expecting a flank, but there doesn't seem to be one at this point, as 1 minute 48 of almost half the round gone, and Ron is actually playing in the basement. So basement is actually one of the most underutilized positions in the entire game, as Stranger will not be expecting a push from downstairs as the drones now come out, and they're expecting someone to be playing on their floor, and possibly all the defenders being upstairs. And Ron, should he had he gone for that buck right there, he would have gotten the shot onto Ghosty or Movo, but Veron's still downstairs, and the wall towards the side has been breached open, so that's at least one Hibana pellet, but the rest of them will be a bit more difficult for the Hibana to do, because the impact ring can be that much more easier to do. Oh, he has no more pallets, so they must have been impact tricked, as Movo gets the down and the kill onto Afridi, and Malak Kamran being taken care of by Viron as Stranger gets the refrag onto him. But it just might be a bit too little too late, as Stranger is still opening up holes from down below and is on astronomy stairs. Fragger takes care of Pakhtun Kid. He's being pushed by the Monty now. Oh, he spots the IQ and just misses the shots, as IQ is being flanked by Viron, who's still playing downstairs. No, actually, Pasti, who has rotated from red stairs, and Orbit just beating team agents at their own game, and they're just flanking from every position they possibly can. And Pasti and Movo on 9 kills, Fragger on 8. What an amazing performance by this team. Pasti on 5 kills. Pasti has been playing that Jaeger support type of role, but has been going on the flanks later on in the rounds on this defense. Is match point 6-2. Quite an underwhelming map so far as a grand final, as team agents have not been putting up much of a fight. And oh no, don't Fragger. Ugh. So we have a Tachanka in the grand final. They're going to dining room defense. I mean, Tachanka can actually be used on this side, but Bandit is just a better pick overall any day. So it's been 6-picked off too. And Stranger actually 6-picking off from a Zofia onto an IQ. I would have said keep the IQ, keep the Zofia, but maybe they have something in mind regarding those Valcams, who have been proving to be quite a difficult thing for team agents to deal with, as Team Orbit has started to run away with this map. 6-2, possibly the last round of Willa, map number 1, and Ghosty. So they're finally bringing some breach out in the form of a Ghosty. So that's the first build we've seen being brought by Team Orbit. They have made a rotation from Memorial into dining room. So that is a nice touch there for the defenders. So should they want to play in Memoriam and fall back into site once the push comes in, and oh, that's a nice cam there by Pasti. It'll be very difficult for the attackers to spot, and the IQ will have to really work hard to get to it without getting her head taken off by the mute of Ghosty. Should he be playing inside Memoriam, as Stranger has spawned all the way in ruins, and he'll possibly be running towards that. He's just legging it towards bedroom balcony, as no, he might be entering from laundry, as Pakhtun Kid and Katak Noob on that Monty will be rappelling up, and Pakhtun Kid back on this sledge, as Pasti takes care of Afridi. What a pre-fire there by Pasti on this Valkyrie. He has been absolutely amazing for his team. I believe that's his 9th kill, bringing him on par with Movo there. So no, he just has 6 kills, and he has been absolutely amazing for his team. Unfortunately, he pushes in aggressively, and finally, ladies and gentlemen, Malik Kamran has got a kill on this map, but it might be just too late as Fragger gets the refrag onto Stranger, so that's the IQ of the board, and Pasti's Fragger is as confused by that kill as we are, as Stranger accomplishes, acknowledges that kill.
I think the IQ was trying to get rid of the batteries from above, and the Bennett just pre-fired at the roof above. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah, but he just gives his life away to Malik Kamran, staying down there very aggressively as Malik Kamran gets the 2nd kill of the round, and his friend is appearing to be showing up as Bakhtunkir is taken down by Viran, who's on extremely low HP, but he legs it back downstairs, drops the hatch, and Kadak Noob on the Monty is left all alone with Malik Kamran, who's on extremely low HP, and should it come down to a 1v3 or a 1v2 with the Monty last left, it can be a very daunting task, especially after the nerfs that came to Viron is playing on a very tight and sneaky angle, and should his position not be given away, he can easily flank, and he gives his position at the worst possible time as he has to be forced to go all the way to a side. But Malik Kamran on a triple kill now. He is the only gun left on the side of Team Agent, hopefully wanting to keep their team alive in this matchup for the grand final of Bro League Season 3. As Katak Noob has pushed aggressively into Kitchen, they have control of Kitchen. The smoke grenades are coming in. The Legion Mine actually giving away his position. Ghosty takes care of Katak Noob, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 1 taken care of Ghosty with the SMG 11. What a beautiful shot there at the end. Flick onto the Monty's head, and then the final kill onto the Hibana. And Paschi on that Valkyrie, the MVP for that first map, I have to say, with his flanks and his Valcams. A beautiful map overall, 7-2, a landslide victory for Team Orbit, and this is not looking good for the community vote. It was in favor of Team Agents. Anyways, we will be back with you shortly with map number 2, which is going to be Coastline. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to map number 2, Coastline, for the grand final of Rainbow Six Pro League Season 3. Map number 1 on Villa was a landslide victory for Orbit, which was their pick. And now map number 2 is Agent's pick, and they are going to be defending on Coastline. So maybe they have something in mind for the comeback on this matchup and possibly take this to the decider on Consulate, but we're gonna have to wait and see as the operator bans are already underway. So the IQ straight off the bat being banned by team agents. So the it looks like to me possibly a target ban to Fragger, and hope possibly they want to play the Valkyrie as well, as it has gone through the ban phase, which is interesting because usually the Valkyrie is more preferred to be banned over the Mira, because the Mira isn't very useful apart from Penthouse maybe. But um, either way, map number 2, round number 1 now starting up. Monty being banned as well by Team Orbit, which is interesting because Katak Noob was very was not as potent on the Monty as you would want him to be, but still they banned him regardless. The IQ being banned, so the Echo had to be banned either way. He is a very, very annoying operator on this map and a very useful one in that part as well. So right off the bat, they're gonna go to Hookah, which is which has fallen in favor for a lot of teams now because of the fact that it's defendable from so many angles and there's so many flank routes for the
Defenders,
defenders.
protect your bombs from being
And
defused by attackers.
also the purple tarps are now no longer with us. Rest in peace, purple tarps, or pink tarps, or whatever way you see colors. A Freedy gang on the news once again. Mullah Kamran hoping to see if he can bring back the mojo that he had in the last round of the map where he got off-map Villa, where he got a triple kill on the Hibana. So hopefully he can continue that momentum for himself and get some kills. A Stranger on the Valkyrie can put the cams down in spots where he knows that it will be difficult to spot as there is no IQ.
Activated.
That is a very nice
5
cam.
seconds
It's
remaining.
hidden inside that black pasture, and without the IQ, it's going to be near
Attackers
impossible
are moving out
for
to locate
the
a bomb and
attackers to
defuse it.
deal with.
Can see that.
This, however, might be a less conspicuous camera should it be spotted by the attackers, as they realize that the window has been opened up and the Valcam has been thrown out, and Katak Noob and Paktun Kid holding inside. Also, a Freedy gang just inside master bedroom. It took me a while to process that information, and yeah, so he has 2 of his mute towers and is playing inside master bedroom with a shotgun hole open up towards the hatch, which is interesting to say the least because there is no roof presence by the attackers, and Ghosty on that Nomad with the diffuser in hand has opened up the door towards Hall of Fame, and Bakhtoon Kid holding inside the aquarium is going to be challenged from down below as he's got an angle opened up. The hatch actually opened up, but he takes the kill onto Fragger, but is immediately refragged by Veron. Not a very wise strategy by the Legion, as he should have expected another attacker to be pushing in, and he should have bided his life and ran away, but instead he gets refragged, and Movo gets the kill onto a Freedy who was looking to open up the hatch and fall down, and the Jackal using his Jackal pings to perfection, having the Jaeger actually, Malik Kamran being spotted who is in sight, and Stranger playing inside this bathroom and kitchen side, and Hibana being spotted on the Valcams. The Valcam's actually spotted, so beautiful drone work there as Stranger is now forced to play down here, and his position not yet given away as Veron goes ham on the floorboard from down below, and he's taken care of by Stranger. And Stranger's position now given away downstairs, but still he has to get all the way up. With the Nomad charges in place, it's going to be a very daunting task as Ghosty has moved into Aquarium, I believe. His drone spotting 2 defenders right there. Kataknu's position also given away, and he is taken down by, I believe, a grenade, or maybe a Passy peeking in from the wall that has been opened up by the Hibana, and Movo smoking down the site, expecting a C4 from down below, but the C4 from Stranger has actually been used up. But the pings now coming out to the attackers as the Valcam's not being spotted, and Ghosty, with only 26 seconds left, has to go for the plant. They push up. They have the position of Mullet Cameron locked down, and it's all down to Stranger from down below. He doesn't have a C4 in hand, but they have to go for the plant as the plant is going
15
down
seconds to
on
go.
the pool table. Quite a perfect plant strategy there by Ghosty. He
10
cannot be
seconds
spotted
left.
on this position.
Attackers
The
activating
diffuser will go down safely, and Stranger will have to push up pool upstairs. His position will be given away, but he has the position of the player inside Hookah. The flash grenade is now coming in. Pasti, the only one on extremely low HP. He has to go up against three attackers as he pushes up. Fullback says his position given away. He gets a beautiful shot onto Passy, but he was the only one on extremely low HP. Stranger has been tagged, but he has to push up against two attackers who might be holding down the cross. But instead, the Nomad charge coming in, forcing him to rotate into Hookah. The position of the attacker is still being given away, and the Vide peak coming out by Ghosty, finishing the round there. A beautiful round there by the Nomad, using his Nomad charges to perfection, forcing the Valkyrie into a hole and getting the kill in the end. A beautiful round by Orbit, I have to say. Getting the kill onto the downstairs presence and then not caring about the downstairs presence at all as they push the site, knowing that once they took care of everyone on site, the retake by the one downstairs will be very difficult, and all they have to do is just watch for him to come up. Fragger, the only one actually not having a kill in that round. It was almost a team ace. Ghosty getting the double kill there at the end, and Stranger the only one with the double kill, and Mullah Kamran still not showing up. He did get an assist though, which is good, better than nothing, and hopefully he can get some kills in the rest of this map as they have gone back to Hookah. They want to repeat this side. They are bringing the Maestro, no echo on the board, so the Valkyrie and the Maestro are very important. They're realizing that the mute jammers were just not working out, so they're playing the smoke instead. The Hibana, a very
Attackers need to
important piece of the
locate and
puzzle there
defuse
for
as
the
many
attackers,
bombs as
as
they
that
can.
hole from inside Valkyrie, inside VIP was very useful and was very important, as well as 3D has now finally moved towards the so they are reinforcing that wall, but once it was opened up by the Hibana, it was very difficult for the for Katak Noob actually to rotate from the pink bar behind A into Billiards or Hookah, and he was just stuck there and waiting for his death to come.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
anyways, so one of the attacker drones being lost by a fragger,
5 seconds
and
to insertion.
Bardwire coming out by a freely. That Bardwire can be negated if the attacker actually walls up the sort of, I believe it's a plantation, as Momo is AFK in spawn, possibly just setting his DPS for those quick flicks later on. As Malakamran once again downstairs, his position being given away and he's being put by so many angles. He really has to work his way and work his mojo there. And ooh, I believe he just spotted the head through the barricade, and he's being pressured by the Zofia, and ooh, just misses the head of the Zofia, lands some damage onto her, but he's still being pressured, he's still alive, and it's the drones coming out. He's being supported by Stranger on the Valkyrie, so the attackers will be having a difficult time pushing in. As Stranger now showing the fact that he is here as well, as Malakamran rotates into Blue Bar, and Veron, not expecting him to be here, could be caught off guard as Malakamran is holding inside the blue bar. This downstairs take is taking a lot more time than last time. As Stranger's also decided to, ooh, he just
Located by attackers.
misses the head of Stranger as Veron peeks in. The default cap still up and still giving information as Stranger has pushed all the way into security, and Movo might just be caught off guard by the Valkyrie, and as we say that, the charge actually goes off. And ooh, Movo getting so much damage that MPX does not do any damage at all, and a lot of damage done to a lot of the attackers, but none actually taken care of, and the Freedy gang finishes the kill onto Veron. That's the crossfire being held from Cool Vibes stairs as he actually steals the kill from Malakamran. We will count that as a kill by Malakamran. So fair play to him as Stranger now finally being uh, pinged. Jackal pinged has some damage done to him, but Bone was on extremely low HP, and Ghosty takes care of Pakhtun Kid. So that's the Legion off the board as Ghosty is just on an absolute rampage and takes down the Maestro as well as he peeks into sight from Aquarium. Fragger takes down Stranger, and all of a sudden the advantage that they had on time is being lost. Malakamran is on extremely low HP, but he has fallen down into the side. 41 seconds still on the board, and the attackers have enough time to play with, as Malakamran will have to go for an ace, in theory, to get this round in favor, but he won't not be able to get a single kill as Fragger peeks in from Cool Vibe stairs and gets the final kill. A beautiful round there, but once again by Team Orbit. The communication by this team is on just another level. The fact that they're able to communicate the positions of all these defenders so quickly, and Ghosty just peeking into sight. Like, Ghosty is just on a different communication bandwidth than his entire team, and he's just peeking into sight. Meanwhile, his entire team is busy taking care of Stranger and Malakamran. He's just peeking into sight, and he's getting 2 kills without, I believe, any help from any of the attackers, as they were too busy focusing on the 2 roamers. Ghosty was the one actually doing the heavy lifting elsewhere. He's got 4 kills in 2 rounds, and he has been really showing up for his team in this map as well as the last one. And Movo there got really lucky because the MPX doesn't do a lot of damage. Peas worth of damage, like shooting someone with frozen peas. But he got away with his life and was actually able to give away the position of the Valkyrie, and who was further pitched by, I believe, Veron on the
Attackers need
Zofia
to locate
from
and
main
defuse
lobby
bomb.
or bathroom. But either way, they're gonna forfeit Hookah finally and go down to Kitchen.
Attackers
So
are
Kitchen
defusing the bomb.
has always been that secondary site, the site where every defender can rely on, that they have to roam regardless of what they set up the site to be, because there isn't actually a lot of places for the defenders to sit down in once the top floor control has been lost, and as well as the attackers have so many entryways into the site that they have to stop them from getting into the building and waste as much time as they possibly can. As Katak Noob has picked up the mantle of the smoke, as and Afridi has taken up the Maestro. So this roll swap could prove to be important, as this is the first time I believe there has been a roll swap in the team agent side, and the Freedy gang holding pink bar with a very sneaky angle. He is being aided by Stranger on that dog. Stranger is actually no stranger to that dog roll. He has played that quite successfully quite a couple of times. This hole being opened up allows Stranger to influence the site from courtyard, and as we say that, Ibana pellets actually be going off from outside the building onto the site wall, the pantry wall, and yeah, the Maestro is not going to have a good time now because his position has been given away and he's forced to rotate out. And Malakamran getting a kill onto Veron. He pushes out very aggressively but is immediately refragged by Ghosty. So that's fair play to him, but he has taken care of Veron. So that is the Buck taken care of. But they have so much secondary soft breach in the form of the Jackal as well as Fragger on the Zofia. So Movo and Fragger really have to take up the mantle of the Buck and do whatever they wanted the Buck to do. Unfortunately, there will be no more frag grenades for them to play with, but I believe they didn't want to use them a lot anyway. That Pakhtun Kid with the kill onto Fragger, so that's a Zofia on the board, and all of a sudden this is looking like a very favorable round as the Jackal ping still going on onto Pakhtun Kid. His position given away, and oh, Pasi just misses the head of the Legion as his position behind the cocktail bar, actually the reception bar, given away. And Pasi playing this very difficult game of Russian roulette with Pakhtun Kid, who is able to rotate onto behind the wall. Ghosty moving in from the top of the stairs and lays some damage down to the dog of Stranger and taking some as well. 53 seconds left, and all of a sudden the defenders are looking to have the upper hand, and the attackers don't really know where to go from this point on. And the drone's still coming on, 40 seconds left, and Movo is still on the hunt for this Legion. He jumps down with his position given away by the fact that he was running, and Pakhtunkhid takes care of Movo, and main lobby control finally given away to the attackers, but it's too little too late. Stranger is holding down inside a blue bar, and Pakhtunkhid with this very tight angle inside long hallway, and Ghosty actually pushing into security, and Pasti with the Legion Mine in his
15 seconds left.
head. And I think we just missed the kill on Movo as a 3D gang taken care of as he lays the damage down, and Ghosty is down as well, and Pasti has nowhere to go, nowhere to hide,
Operators, you
and
are
he's
out of
taken
time.
care of as well there at the end. He could have stuck the plant. I think he had some time to stick the plant, but the smoke was still alive. I think he still had one, maybe two smoke grenades, and a beautiful defense there. Once again on the back of Pakhtunkhid, running around and fragging everyone. And Malik Kamran also got a kill in that round, so maybe that helped them win. And Ghosty still on 6 kills, and Katak Noob now being the the donut player for his team, as he's unable to get a kill in 3 rounds. Malik Kamran does have one, not a lot, but one is better than 0, as Fragger has picked up the mantle of the Twitch this time, and 6 picking off to the Sledge. So Sledge can be very useful, but the Maestro being played, I would have picked the Twitch over the Sledge. Anyways, they're not bringing a buck, so the frag grenades in the hands of the Sledge can never be overlooked, and so the castle being played also can be easily
Attackers
countered
need to
by
locate
the
and
Sledge
defuse bombs.
itself. But they do have other forms. But blue bar being played for the first time on this matchup, as they are refusing to go to penthouse, and Katak Noob is opening up these very crude holes on the bottom of the wall. So what this does is it allows for the defenders to play inside main lobby and force the attackers to clear them out, because if they don't, they have easy angles through those holes into the A bomb site,
10 seconds
and
left
wherever they
before
go, they can easily be spotted through these holes and taken care of.
5
And
seconds to go.
a lot of holes being opened up on this side, a lot of construction, deconstruction being done by the defenders, as the bailiff being put to good use there. Movo once again AFK its spawn, maybe just changing his settings, probably. But Ghosty on this Nomad has been so useful for his team, but he has to stay alive in order to be able to be useful, continue to be useful, as Pasti just drones into South Office, and expecting someone to be playing towards that office, decides to not pressure him much, as they are keeping an eye on that sunrise window, expecting someone to peek there possibly at some point in the round. Movo moves up into the aquarium doorway. He does spot the footsteps of the Legion. He's getting peeked very aggressively. Ooh, Pakhtunkhid just misses the head of Movo as he's being pinged very aggressively. He takes down Movo, and what a beautiful shot there at the end to take care of the Jackal. Very aggressive plays by the Legion, but his position is given away. He can easily rotate towards luggage and onto main stairs, white stairs, as he has done. He's gone back into a luggage, and this position is very difficult for the attackers to deal with, as they're all inside the building, and the only way to deal with it is from the roof. And Fragger can just sit there, and with Mullah Kamran covering for him, he is layering some fire and forcing the attackers to focus on him. But Ghosty is on just another level, as we say, and he takes care of Pakhtunkhid, so that is one of the 2 roamers taken care of. But Mullah Kamran will soon rotate towards that side. He's expecting someone to be pushing towards luggage, as the Legion mines of Pakhtunkhid are going in the way, and Fragger just flanking the Jaeger from a VIP VIP hallway, and it's all down to Stranger and Freddy to hold down the fort as the Legion Mine stops
Attackers
the
have
flank
located a
coming
bomb.
out from Stranger, his position given away, and now the attackers know that there will be flanks soon, and the LMG not working out for a Freddy as Veron gets the kill on the castle, and a beautiful round once again by Team Orbit. Losing the Jackal early on didn't seem to affect them at all because their attack strategy is so uh, bulletproof and so solid that they don't need all 3 or 4 or 5 of their attackers to even do it. And Ghosty, 0 deaths, 7 kills. What a man, what a player, and doing that on Nomad of all operators on Nomad. The AK is not the best gun to frag out with, but just just tap their heads, man. That's all he's doing. Uh, Katak Noob this time on the donut 4 rounds in. Movo not really showing up for his team this time around, but he doesn't have to because Ghosty and Veron and Fragger have been out of their mind so far, and team agents really have to come up with something extraordinary to deal with because Bakhtoon Kid's aggression worked out once, but it did not work out there at the end in the last round as we saw because he was
Defenders, protect your
pinched by
bombs from being
so many
defused by
angles
attackers.
and he was taken care of there in the end. He peaked very aggressively once again, and his aggression was played against him, and he was taken care of by Ghosty. So let's see how they play this one out once again, as they lost Hookah both times they played it, and it didn't work out for them at all. Blue Bar didn't work out for them. Kitchen was the only side they actually won, and they're gonna play the Maestro once again. A freebie on that roll. Stranger not picking up the smoke, so foregoing the dog.
10 seconds.
Interesting to say the least. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and watch as Kataknu putting down a very
Attackers' objective is to locate the bomb and
blatant
defuse it.
welcomes, but I don't think those welcomes are for position rather than letting them know that there is someone present inside aquarium and they have aquarium control properly, and no touch being played, so those um, master cams can stay alive for a bit longer. Mullah Kamran on that Jaeger roll, possibly roaming downstairs. No, actually, it's Katak Noob this time, roaming downstairs inside a Sunrise Bar, expecting someone pushing him very aggressively. The C4 goes out. All he has to do is explode it. Why is he not? Did that C4 get shot in midair? No, it's just sitting there on the door, and Veron able to get away with his life. Um, Unfortunate as the C4 is wasted, but Katak Noob gets away with his life, and 1 minute in, the attackers haven't actually gotten into the building, as Fragger, no, as I say that Fragger has actually taken control of Blue Bar, and Katak Noob actually is in a bit of a pickle now as he's going to be oh no! Ron gets the team kill onto Fragger. I believe he didn't expect Fragger to be in that position, and Malakam ran on the long run out onto Movo, gets the kill onto the Jackal. So that's the smoke as well as the frag grenades taken care of. And this is not looking good so far for the attackers. It's down to a 3v5 halfway through the round with a team kill as well. That can be very detrimental for the mentality for the attackers, as Bala Kamran is taken care of by Veron. So finally refragging for his earlier mishap, I would say. But the double wall being opened up is going to be very difficult for the Zofia to push up to, as Stranger still has all 3 smoke grenades, 1 minute left, and that smoke is getting more and more potent as that timer goes down. Bakhtoon still has control of Aquarium, and the attackers really have to get these quick picks should they want to take care of. Contact Group doesn't have a C4, but he's still alive and he's still downstairs, and he can easily prove to be a menace for the attackers. Ghosty has rotated all the way into a Vite hallway now, and Pasty's position is given away, but he is the Hibana and he can easily rush into side as Bakhtoon Kid is taken care of by Veron. Pasty does not see the Maestro as a 3D gang
15 seconds remaining. remaining.
peeks in. That one corner that was not checked by the Hibana really proving fatal, and Stranger finishing the kill onto Veron. And that's a second defensive round finally being won by Team Agents. Team Agents looking to possibly swing the momentum in their favor with that team kill that just happened, and Kataknu finally got a kill in that round there at the end on the uh, Hibana, I believe. Yeah, on the Cool Vibe stairs. And Kitchen Service Entrance was the first site they actually won, and they're gonna go back to it to hopefully repeat the magic that happened on that site. Pretty similar lineup being brought as to what they brought the last time around. Ghosty still on that Nomad has been quite useful, but he wasn't able to do much in that last round because of the fact
Attackers need to
that they
locate
lost
and
so
defuse
much
bombs.
manpower early on with that team kill. The team kill really set them back, I have to say, because they were relying on the frag grenades from the sledge to move possibly the Legion or the smoke from inside Hookah Bar. Anyways, any team kill is bad. No matter who it is on, you're losing manpower, you're losing a gun, you're losing a one more man to be able to hold on to it. And Malakamran actually just reinforcing the entire. No, he just stops. And so one wall at least being left soft into kitchen, as a courtyard can still be played by the defenders, and Malakamran drops into courtyard. They
Attackers
possibly
are
will
heading
be
out to
holding up
defuse a bomb.
upstairs. Pakhtun Kid and Kataknu both have rotate to this top floor and will be holding into VIP and master bedroom for as long as they possibly can. Movo on this Jackal will be very useful and very crucial should they want to take care of this top floor roam as quickly as possible. Fragger meanwhile on the sledge, just peeking into the site from the kitchen window. Something you see every day, as Katak Noob has actually fallen down into the courtyard as Pakhtunkid and Malakamran now upstairs. So this double roam could be very useful, could be very detrimental. Oh! Movo almost getting shot in the head by the pre-fire by Malakamran as his position is given away. And there we go, the first Legion track going out to Pakhtun Kid, all the people. And he's going to be forced to fight his life out inside this theater. He is being supported by the Jackal, by the Jaeger actually, and as we say that, Malakamran pushes very aggressively into VIP, takes care of the sledge. Once again, Fragger losing his life so early on, not expecting a flank from the Jaeger, and Ghosty once again pushing into White Hallway, not expecting the Jaeger to be there. He could be easily caught out by the Jaeger inside VIP, but the Jaeger gives the position away, and this is a fight that he cannot win, and Ghosty takes care of Malakamran. 1 minute 30 on the clock, and Ghosty gets the double kill onto the Legion of Pakhtun Kid with the default cancel up, but unfortunately it wasn't enough for the defenders, and it's down to a 4v3 now. The manpower in favor of the attackers, and Jackal, Movo now being alive, can go and use his ITA 12S shorty shotgun to open up the floors and essentially be a secondary sledge or secondary buck, whatever you want. But the breach charge is also being brought by Veron, so a lot of soft destruction being brought here by the attackers. And if he peeks from this, he can get the kill onto the smoke. And yep, there we go. That's Stranger off the board, and that's bathroom control taken care of as well. And Afridi Gang, the last man on site, with a Jackal ping on him of all things. And this is looking very different from what happened the first time they went to the site, as the Zofia still upstairs, and the position of the Maestro given away. And if Movo peeks out from that side, he actually gets the shots onto the feet of the Maestro. Maestro being down, 22 seconds on the clock, and this is looking very difficult for Katak Noob in essentially a 1v4. As he takes down Movo, who doesn't expect him to be there, his position given away. The diffuser is still not being set down, as we said. Ghosty now goes for the diffuse plant. Afridi is still down. Kata can go for the revive, and he will decide to push up. Afridi, Veron is taken care of by Afridi as the diffuser goes down, and the push from Veron with the pistol out. He realizes that he was being left out in the final duel, and he decided to just pull his pistol out. Ghosty on 9 kills and 1 death. 4-2 on this attacker half, not very common, and Veron on 8 kills as well. So Ghosty and Veron has been the dynamic duo for their team right now, and they've been absolutely crushing the opponent's side. But now is the actual test of their gun power. Can they do the same on defense, and can they recreate the magic on defense the same way they did on Villa? Mind you, Villa is a defender-sided map. Meanwhile, Coastline is far more balanced than Villa, and so they're gonna have to come up with something very extraordinary. Mullah Kamran has picked up the buck, and the gridlock has been foregone. They are playing the Nomads, so the gridlock was kind of redundant, but at the same time, the gridlock can be
Defenders,
useful in
protect your bombs
pushing
from
out the
being defeated
defenders
by attackers.
from inside the pink bar or from behind the hookah bar, where they have to either give their position away or rotate. And also the aquarium bar. I almost forgot about that. So aquarium bar and hookah bar are two places where the gridlock can be very useful, but she's not being played. Instead, they've gone for the Zofia on Katak Noob and Pakhtun Kid on the Hibana. Hibana is a very useful operator on on the hookah side, but apart from that, Hibana isn't as useful as you would want her to be, because of the fact that hard destruction isn't necessarily a very important aspect of this map.
Attackers are
Fragger
heading
looking to
out
throw a
to
couple of
the bomb.
camps
Defenders
outside.
have the
He runs
staging
all
area.
the way into
Defender is
hookah
exposed.
balcony, giving his position away, but he has thrown a camera that might be very difficult to spot, so the IQ is banned, and it will be very difficult for them to actually take care of this cam should it land on one of those trees that Fragger was actually aiming for. As the drones now coming in, 30 seconds in, Fragger has fallen back into the site alongside Mobo as well as Ghosty on the castle, with Veron playing on the Maestro, holding from the upstairs on the hatch, expecting someone to be pushing aggressively and just not expecting. Oh, it could be caught out by the repelling Capital, as Stranger not aware of the position of an. If Veron goes for this run out, Stranger is right there. Both of them just sitting in front of each other, and Veron not expecting the Capitao to be there, and not a very smart play there by Veron on his cams inside the doorway. He could have easily waited for the Capitao to push him. He had the LMG. He could have pressed mouse 1 till the
Bomb has been located.
sun came down, but either way, the mice were taken care of a bit earlier than they would have wanted, but the Castleberg is still on halfway through the round, and they haven't taken care of any of them yet. But the position of, I believe, the Valkyrie behind the bedroom, sorry, the bar. Yeah, so next to the bomb behind the bar, I believe it's been given away as the Ibana was peeking towards him. And aquarium control is in favor of the attackers should they drone it out and should they realize. But with the castle barricades on the doorway, it can be difficult for the attackers to actually go for a side push. But the Zofia takes care of that quite easily. And now they have to take care of the pressure as Pakhtun Kid peeking in from the VIP doorway, and Mobo just not accounting for it, as now Katak Noob can go for this side execute with the smokes and the Zofia grenades coming in. 40 seconds left, they can easily go for a plant as Pasty takes care of Pakhtun Kid, and the defuse actually going down, and Pasty from down below, actually no, not down below, but inside the blue bar, the pink bar, has an absolutely crucial, absolutely beautiful for his team. He takes down both Katak Noob and Pakhtun Kid, as Malik Kamran with his shotgun now takes care of Fragger Orbit down below. And Pasty still holding on inside this side, and it's all down to Pasty to pull up an ace. All he has to do is deny the plant, but the Capital Stranger pushing in aggressively. And this was such a close round, and all came down to the manpower. And had Veron played his life out a bit more, this could have been a very different round. But overall, a nice attack by Team Agents, realizing the weakness and where the attackers were playing. And Pakhtun Kid and Malik Kamran really showing finally deciding to show up for their team. And Veron still on 8 kills. He was taken down very crudely and very immaturely. Ghosty didn't get a kill in that round as well. Movo on 1 kill. That's a very interesting sight to see because he did have 8 kills last map, and this time around he hasn't got more than one. We're on going back on the Maestro, possibly hoping to not die with his cams out in the middle of a doorway uh, outside the building. But yeah, they're gonna go back to Hookah. The Legion being played now by, I believe, not Pasty.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Yeah, so
defused by
Fragger
attackers.
playing the role of Jaeger. Meanwhile, Ghosty picks up the Legion. So yeah, Legion being picked up by Ghosty with that beautiful Elite skin. It is a very controversial Elite skin to say the least, but either way, Fragger on that Jaeger wasn't as useful as he would have wanted to be. He was playing the Valkyrie last time, I believe, and Pasty was on that Legion role. That's a nice cam. Allows him to uh, know when someone's pushing from
10
luggage.
seconds left
And
before insertion.
Veron back on that Maestro. It'll be interesting to see how they play. So they
5
have
seconds
made
remaining.
that rotation into the site, and Veron actually. Oh, that would have been a nice Maestro cam should he not have been droned out, but his position has been given away. Either way, he's gonna put it down anyways. And oh, Passy going for a spawn peek and lighting up Malakam Run to almost a slither of HP. And should he have gotten that kill, it would have been a very different story. And now Pasty on slightly, I mean, about 75 HP, a little less than 75, maybe 70 HP. But yeah, he can now live his life out at least a bit better than what Viron did last time. But now this time Ghosty is playing on the Legion downstairs, and should Malakam Ran actually come into contact with the Legion mine, he will go down, and it's going to be a very difficult task for him to live his life out with that much low of an HP. Ghosty is now actually going to be pinched, I believe, by the Capital as well as the Buck. 1 minute in, and the attackers haven't gained as much, a lot of substantial ground. And Stranger now peeking in, and ooh, the wall bangs coming in, lighting up Ghosty, but nearly not enough. But giving the position of the Capital away, and now Ghosty can live his play his life. Oh, he just misses the uh, Buck as Fragger is taken down, but Ghosty takes care of Stranger. But it's Malakam Ran who's still on extremely low HP. He can go down to one goo needle, and Ghosty should put one of the two that he has down. And oh, Pakhtun Kid with this extremely long angle into Aquarium, and Ghosty not aware of where the bug is. I believe he thinks that he is on the other side. This downstairs roam has wasted so much time for the attackers. Ghosty playing his life out perfectly. He now knows exactly where the bug is, finally throwing his blue needles down. Oh my god, what a shot from Malik Kamran onto Ghosty, as Ghosty got a little bit too aggressive, and Afridi taking care of Pasty on that Aquarium take, and now once again it's down to a 2v4, but Afridi and Malik Kamran are on slithers of HP as Movo with a beautiful peek from the site into VIP, taking care of Pakhtun Kid, so that's a VIP control taken care of, and now only less than 30 seconds left. Mullah Kamran will have to start doing his job and actually displace Veron behind the pink bar. No, actually Movo, who's playing the pink bar, and he's finally taken care of by Mullah Kamran, but still 8 seconds left. The diffuser finally going down. Kateknu falls off of it at the worst, I was gonna say the worst time, as the pulled up, but the Nomad charge being placed perfectly, as Karak Noob almost being caught with his grenade launcher out. But no, once again, okay, so a Rio's being called by team agents, and we will be going for a Rio's. There seems to be a net problem, so the site wasn't picked before the rehost was called, so they can go for the rehost and they can change the site once they come back. And we will be back with you shortly with the rehost. Hello, everyone, and we are back after a quick rehost. Possibly the internet issues have been sorted out, and Team Orbit are going to change their site now. They're gonna go down to kitchen. They lost Hookah twice, and it was a very similar site to what happened to Team Agent when they were defending, where they lost Hookah twice, and then they just decided to leave it and go to kitchen, which Orbit are doing as well. They're bringing the dock and not a Maestro. Possibly a bulletproof cam on the dock. If not, the Mozzie can be useful in those regards. The Mozzie is a phenomenal operator on this map because he can block so many
Attackers
drone
need to
entries,
locate and
as
defuse the
well
bomb.
as the C4 that he can use from down below to deal with the attackers. But Paschi has not really shown up for his team yet, as he did in the last time. As he did in the Villa, and Veron and Ghosty have been the only one to be really showing up for their team this time around. So the Bulletproof Cam actually going in a very interesting place, I have to say, because it can easily be shot down by anyone
10 seconds to
who's
go.
pushing from main door. But if it's not droned out,
5
well,
seconds
that's a very different take. I don't think you planned
Attackers
on
are heading
breaking
out to defuse the
that
bomb.
painting there, because if that painting was up, the attackers wouldn't have actually paid much attention to that corner, and that bulletproof camera could have been up for a bit longer. But either way, Passy playing inside the pink bar, as Fragger is playing that pepperoni gun, the P10 Riceroni, and and with that Blood Orchid charm looking absolutely beautiful, the C4 in hand, the Kardak Noob has picked up the mantle of the Hibana. The Hibana not being as useful on this site, but useful anyways because of that immensely powerful gun. And Movo on that smoke has to stay alive for as long as he possibly can, and Ghosty holding on inside the main lobby will look to stay alive for a little longer than he did last time. He was the hardest nail for team agents to take care of. But either way, top floor control essentially given away for free as team agents take control of VIP and start to go absolute ham on the defenders, forcing Fragger to fall back. He gets the stim from the dog and he's back on his way. And Mullah Kamran on this book has been great overall in this matchup so far, but they have taken control of top floor, and Afridi just taking that beautiful coastline air in as he just stays AFK outside the kitchen window. And Afridi opening up the door now, and as Ghosty is playing on this top floor. And Malak Kamran possibly aware of the position of the Legion as Ghosty now falls back. He was possibly thrown down. He still has 2 goo needles and 2 impact grenades to play with, and 1 minute left, and now none of the defenders have been taken care of by the attackers. The upside down repel by Afridi gang on the doorway. Meanwhile, Miran takes care of Afridi, and Fragger takes care of Kotak Noob, so that's the Nomad taken care of. He pushes in very aggressively, but just misses the head of the Buck, and sees the Claymore and realizes that that's not the way he should be going in. The first Nomad chance going in, and ooh, Stranger just missing the head of Pasty as Fragger takes care of Malak Kamran, and this flank by the Mozzie has been absolutely crucial. As if he just throws the C4 out here, it could be game over for the Capitao, but instead he's gonna play his life out upstairs. And Veron takes care of Stranger
15
down below,
seconds to
but
go.
Bakhtoon Kid is the last man alive on the Zofia. He has a lot of utility inside that grenade launcher, but the smoke grenade is now coming in, and it is game over essentially
5 seconds left.
for the Zofia. All he can do is clear out that ADS, and I believe he's peeked from Movo from the site, taken care of easily from behind his smoke. The smoke really needs to have better coverage regarding visuals. But anyways, round first defensive round win for Team Orbit as they regain the lead that they had early um, on the site swap. As now that round by Fragger on that Mozzie with the Riceroni P10, absolutely amazing gunplay. Realizing taking care of the Nomad so early on. I don't think the Nomad had all his charges set up for the flank watch, and just taking care of him so early on just proved to be absolutely fatal for the attackers. As Ghosty is going to six pick off from the Bandit onto the Legion, having both elites. Just flexing with his elites right now, using that six pick. But Veron's gonna pick up the alibi. They're gonna go back to Hookah with the alibi
Attackers need to
in play
locate and
instead
defuse
of
as many
the
bombs as they can.
the Maestro. I think he wanted to go for a Maestro, but he didn't go for a Maestro, or I think they wanted the alibi. I am unaware, but anyways, I believe they are gonna use the alibi in a way that they would have used essentially the Maestro, which was to open up site walls. And what is he doing? That didn't even open up the floor.
So actually he's trying to open up the floor so he can, throw an impact from down below. But unfortunately this part of VIP is unbreachable. Just where the carpet
5
ends
seconds
you can
left.
start breaching the floor, but for some weird reason this part underneath the carpet
Attackers
is
are heading out to
unbreachable.
defuse a bomb.
Even though it's the same from the
The attacker's bomb diffuser
Side.
has been
Maybe
dropped.
it's just because
Attackers have recovered
it's
their
just
diffuser.
Ubisoft being Ubisoft.
yeah.
Anyways, Mullah Kamran on that buck was quite useful, but because of that flank by Fragger, wasn't able to do much in that late round. Afridi Gang will be looking to take care of that roam early on this time, and Movo with that castle inside sight, and Veron roaming on the master bedroom, expecting someone to be playing on this window, picking very aggressively on this window, expecting someone to be repelling in. The drop now coming in as well. The nade being prepped by Mullah Kamran, not bearing fruit at all as the ping came in at the last second. Veron able to get away with his life, knowing that he's being supported by his teammates as the runout comes out and Afridi aware of it and free fires the Jaeger off the board. And now this is going to be a very difficult task for the defenders as Fragger holding on inside a blue bar, sorry, a sunrise bar, and now Veron using his alibis to perfection. Ooh, Bakhtunke just missed the head of the alibi as he rotated away. This could be proved to be very fatal, but Stranger takes care of Fragger down below, so no more flanks from the Mozzie as Ghosty holding up on the top of Cool Vibe stairs. The VIP wall now being breached open, and Veron holding an aquarium is the last man outside the site as Ghosty is playing right next to the wall, as well as Veron is not too far off as well. But Stranger and now the focus of the attackers going towards the billiards as well as the aquarium side. Veron has actually dropped down, and oh, he just doesn't spot the head of the Nomad as this aggression by Team Orbit is just not working out. Last time around,
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
they didn't do. They
Attackers
just
recovered
changed up their defensive tactic. They just so the Mozzie finally coming into play, but he has a second drone. But that the first drone will give the position of the attackers away to some extent. That's one more piece of utility for the defenders to utilize. As it's all down to Ghosty and Movo. 30 seconds left. They have to delay for just more measly 20 seconds as Ghosty is being pressured by so many angles. Bakhtunke on this rappel is doing so much damage as the plant is going down. He sees the head of the castle and is unable to land a lot of shots, but the plant has gone down. And Movo just playing cat and mouse with this Sophia, not even taking into account that the Sophia is on that rappel, and I don't think he knows that the Sophia is there. Ghosty is on extremely low HP and his position given away. All the attackers on full HP, and this is not looking good. He's gonna get peeked and taken care of by Bakhtunke on this rappel. Beautiful execution there at the end. Paktun Kid missing a lot of the shots he would have liked to have connected with. But anyways, a beautiful round there by Paktun Kid, getting 4 kills in the last 2 rounds that we have been in this map. And yeah, Coastline is a very, very well balanced map, and the attackers really have a fun time uh, taking care of the sites once they take care of the roamers. So the roam has to be really smart with where they want to go and where they want to peek, because as we saw in that last one, Viron peeking from that doorway got caught out by Afridi on the Nomad. Afridi actually got 2 runouts that round, one by Pasti on the Jaeger and one by Viron on the Alibi. So now they're going to switch up their roles, their lineup once again, and they're going to go to Blue Bar. Blue Bar did not work out too well for the defenders when Orbit were attacking. So now that they're defending it, it'll be
Attackers
interesting
need
to
to
see what
locate
they've
and defuse
learned
bombs.
from their time attacking this side. It was only 1 round, but they can possibly learn from the mistakes. They are doing a pretty similar pretty similar setup. They have brought the Doc possibly with the bulletproof camera. No, he has barbed wire, okay, and they're gonna reinforce this wall, possibly hold down inside Hookah and force the attackers to clear out Hookah from different angles. They're not going to reinforce the hatch, and the walls towards luggage have been left soft, yet unbreached, so there's no holes for the attackers to just peek through. And they're actually, no, never mind, my screen was glitched out, and they are reinforced.
Attackers are heading out
So
to defuse a bomb.
what the agents did was they opened up those walls, and Orbit are doing something completely different. They reinforced those luggage walls, and yeah, so they reinforced one of the 2 sets, and that could be a very difficult thing for the defenders to play with. Once the attackers have control of kitchen, they can easily go into the site and plant, as the position of the castle is given away, and he really is in a bit of a pickle as he plays very aggressively, takes care of Malakamran on the buck. Ghosty actually playing the castle, playing for his life, and his position has been immediately being taken over by the Jaeger. This extremely aggressive playstyle by Team Orbit has bore fruit to some extent. They have taken care of the Buck, so no more frag grenades for the Buck to play with. But at the same time, they've lost the castle, so the castle not the best gun in the game by any stretch of the imagination, and a 3D gang expecting some sort of flank from the main lobby, as Viron has taken control of security. And Viron can go for a flank into bathroom should he want to, because I don't think 3D sets up a
Attackers drop
air jab there. He has. So he has set up an air jab there, and the Doc will have a bit difficulty trying to go there. But anyways, Pasti has rotated towards main lobby, and now they can go for this flank with 2 players intact. 1 minute left on the clock, and I think they should be really be falling back into sight at Blue Bar, and the attackers have actually shifted their focus towards this pink bar, realizing that there's not a lot of presence there by the attackers, and Viron just pushes in aggressively. Katak Noob actually going for the plan. Fragger takes care of the diffuser actually going down. It's gonna go down successfully. And what is going on? The communication there by Team Orbit all over the place, as Movo almost took the head off of Pasti. Fragger with a beautiful shot onto Afridi, and the position of the Hibana given away by the pre-fire, and Fragger was on extremely low HP. It was all down to Viron and Pasti on that clear as they were before. And Pasti is now stuck outside. His position given away. He's gonna have to rotate in. He's down and taken care of by the Zofia. It's all down to the Zofia actually. Paktun Kid playing inside that corner. Paktun Kid not checking his angles, and Agents for the first time on this map on the lead and on match point. what a beautiful take there. What a beautiful rotate. Realizing, and Pakhtun Kid on 8 kills. Really showing up for his team right now. Really proving to be the linchpin for these attacks. Mullah Kamran not getting a kill, but that doesn't matter because Team Agents are on match point. And this can very well go to a decider map by the looks of it, as they're gonna try and defend kitchen service entrance one more time. Kitchen service entrance did work out for them, and if it works out for them again, they can push for overtime. And mind you, this is infinite overtime, and we could be here for a very long time because it is Coastline and it's notorious to being one of the longest maps played on LAN when it was D2 versus Empire in the Invitational Finals. And we do not want that because that was too long. It went 22 rounds or maybe 23. But Koteknu bringing out the Lion. So this is the first time the Lion is being played today at least. And though these roams by by Team Orbit have been quite fruitful in the form that they have been able to retake the site quite successfully, albeit the Lion not being available then allowed for easier retakes. But now with the Lion in play, and now that they can stop the defenders dead in their tracks as they go for the roam clear, it can prove to be a very difficult thing for the defenders to deal with. And also, mind you, the Lion was 6-pick on 2, and so they are not gonna know, they're not, at least they're not gonna expect the Lion to be picked by Team Agents. Pass T once again on the Valkyrie, being supported by Ghosty on the Legion upstairs. Okay, so that is a very, very obvious cam, but at the same time, no one checks for it because it's that obvious. It's not very visible from behind that plantation, and Viron on this dock is playing right next to it, and expecting someone to be playing on the roof. Mobile with one set of barbed wire still in hand, possibly. He just broke one of his own barbed wire, which is interesting to say the least. But anyways, it could be what he wanted in terms of rotation. My screen has just fallen off, and I believe I've lost all communication with the admins, as Parsec has Parsec's not working.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered. Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
No. Not can't connect. Try restarting. Parsec. Color. Okay.
Unfortunately, I cannot see. It's all down to Ron in a 1v5 on match point, and he has to clutch it out in a 1v5. He will not see the Nomad behind him on the main stage, but it's a flawless round for Team Agents to take the second map, and we will be going to the third map, which will be Consulate. and once again, Team Orbit will be the one attacking on Consulate. So 1-1 will be the scoreline for these two maps. I mean, the map score count, and we'll be seeing you after a short break, very short break, with this third map on Consulate.
पता नहीं अटक गया Hello, everyone, and welcome back to map number 3, Consulate, the decider map for our grand final for the Rainbow Six Pro League Season 3. The operator bans are now underway, and Orbit are going to be starting on attack once again. The Thatcher and the Monty being banned. Thatcher is not a very peculiar ban anymore on this map because he's been banned so many times. Usually defenders want to ban a trick on that garage wall, and they don't want the Thatcher to be dealing with the batteries too quickly, and they want the attackers to take control of piano as well. And the Valkyrie being banned, nothing out of the ordinary. She's an absolute menace on this map. Monty as well. Not a lot of play from the Monty in the past map at least, but on this map he is very useful. Agents banning the Maestro, they were the ones who used it more effectively, so I don't really know where this is coming from, but the Maestro is very useful on that garage defense anyways. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Maestro being banned, nothing out of the ordinary. And here we go. Map number 3, decider map, Rainbow Six Pro League Grand Final on the line. So many bro points to be won at the end of this map. And we're gonna go to console for our first defense. Picking up the Echo. No IQ ban, and Fragger is gonna pick her straight away. He is back on his main operator, I would say, because he played her so religiously in that first map, which IQ wasn't banned. And Movo actually gonna six pick off from the Jackal onto the Capitao. So they saw the castle. They realized that there won't be a lot of roaming coming out with the castle barricades in
Defenders,
play.
protect your bombs from
They,
being defused by
but at the
attackers.
same time, roaming is very important on this map because it's so huge, and the attackers really have to look at so many angles that if the defenders are actually hiding or roaming somewhere, the attackers have to physically take control of that area and push that defender away to so that they can take onto the site later on. For example, piano or um, admin. But these holes being opened up on top of the yellow
10
shows to me
seconds left
that they're
before
gonna be
insertion.
holding onto yellow for as long as they possibly can. With Stranger on
5
the
seconds
smoke, the
remaining.
perfect operators in tandem with the Legion and the Echo could be absolutely
Attackers objective is to
menacing,
defuse a
and
bomb.
the rotation into bathroom could be very helpful for him as Ghosty spawning on the other side of the admin, and a very scattered spawn here as Veron just peeks into the piano windows, and Mullah Kamran actually, I think he took off one of the castle barricades, or one of the castle barricades were taken off from that window that he was peeking from, but the glass was still intact. So admin, it looks like to me that this is going to be a very basic admin take, but Kadak Noob having some difficulty trying to vault into onto that door case as he is being thrown down, his position is being given away, and he's going to get pinned from so many angles that he will have to fight his way out of this one. And Ghosty gets off that angle at the last possible second, and Katak Noob just holding in very patiently. But meanwhile, elsewhere, Malak Kamran, the opening frag onto Fragger Orbit. Now something we saw a lot of in that first half. But anyways, Movo gets the refrag onto Katak Noob, so that's admin control easily taken care of. And the Legion actually playing on the other side of that castle barricade can easily fall back into sight. The free the gang on the echo cams, giving away the positions of the attackers. And 4v4 halfway through the round, admin control firmly in favor of the attackers. One of the two Echo drones taken care of by Veron. His position though given away with the Legion Mine in his feet. Yellow control has not been focused on by the attackers at all, as it's a very heavy admin take. Meanwhile, also Mullah Kamran on this drone has been absolutely detrimental for the attack as he's now on spiral stairs, and Stranger actually gets the team kill with a smoke grenade. I think Afridi was on his cam still as he missed through his smoke grenade, but that lead being slanted with that TK, can Team Orbit utilize and capitalize on this actually? And as Movo opens up the window with only 40 seconds left on the clock, they have to go for this side take, but with a Legion and a smoke on the board with possibly 2 smoke grenades still intact, 30 seconds left, Faktunka is going to peek very aggressively as per his reputation, but he gets roasted by the Capital Fireballs as Stranger got the kill onto the Nomad, and Mo was going to push in very aggressively with a Legion Mine in his feet. He doesn't have the diffuser in his hands, and Mullah Kamran to finish up that 3k right there at the end. Stranger and Mullah Kamran being the 2 frag machines for their team. Stranger just holding on inside connector and peeking the same doorway. The attackers just funneling in through that one doorway. I think the fact that they lost their Hibana so early on before they could go for that side push, they didn't really have a lot of ways they could actually attack the side, and they had to funnel in through that one doorway. They didn't really have much else where to go, and a freebie being lost to a smoke grenade, not that big of a deal eventually. But Malak Kamran on 3 kills and Stranger on 2 kills, and Pakhtunkhwa on 3 assists with his Legion Mines. So his Legion Mines have been useful. But Movo, the only one with kills on his team so far in that round. Ghosty with 1 assist, but that's it. The now gonna go down to Cafeteria, playing a Kaid with a mute. So no Thatcher on the board, and so the attackers have to physically deactivate the Kaid Electro Claws, which can be absolutely devastating because he can place them in so many places where the attackers can't see, and he can cover so much space with those Kaid Electro Claws, and so it's gonna be difficult with the mute as well to get rid of those Electro Claws. Anyways, Kadak Noob reinforcing this hatch, so expecting a possible rush from VZ, they reinforce this hatch and possibly reinforce the other one as well, but no, instead reinforcing the one above Electric Room.
Attackers are moving out to locate
And no, actually reinforcing that one as well. No presence upstairs, actually he's opened up some holes in the hatch. No, he's actually opened up the entirety of the hatch now, and possibly looking to make the attackers a little aware of their surroundings as Pakhtunkhwa pushes up the stairs and just puts a claymore down, Legion Mine down there. But they've opened up the side hatch, so they've opened up a lot of hatches. Stranger is playing very aggressively on this window with the castle barricade, but Fragger realizing what's happening right there and gets a beautiful shot onto the castle, and that's one of the few operators playing upstairs taking care of the Legion. Actually, Mullah Kamran's rotate all the way to the top floor, and the drones going off everywhere as Mullah Kamran now has control of meeting room upstairs and can easily flank anywhere he so pleases. His position given away, and yeah, that drone is going to get away easily, but his position has been given away. He's going to be able to waste some time, and he needs to stay alive for as long as he possibly can. As yes, the Legion Mine comes in, and actually no, the Jackal Track actually. Sorry, the Jackal Track comes in, and Mullah Kamran now stuck between a rock and a hard place. He rotates into admin. The Legion Track, the Jackal Track, really proving difficult for Mullah Kamran to deal with, but at the same time, not a lot of action by Team Orbit as Fragger moves in from the copy room desk, and Mullah Kamran just drops the hatch. So much time he's wasted on this admin roam, and he's gonna do some damage to Ghosty as well, playing on that Zulu angle. Actually no, Viron is now gonna challenge him and get the shot. Beautiful shot there by Viron, expecting the Jackal to be the Jaeger to be playing there, sorry, as the sidewall meanwhile has been breached, and the Kaid has not been very successful at all. Free the gang just watching the cams as Pakhtunkhwa gets the first refrag onto Fragger. So that's the smokes off the board as Viron gets a kill onto the mute as Guruji is off the board, and Katak Noob is the only one left on site to fend off the attackers as Pakhtun Kid is right on his doorway, but he is the Legion, and oh, what a shot there by Ghosty onto Katak Noob. That is the last ACOG left taken care of, and it's all down to Pakhtun Kid, and it's going to be a post-plan situation. He takes down Ghosty. He isn't aware that he's taking him down, but he himself now is on extremely low HP, and he's going to get peeked from the hatch, and Viron with a beautiful round there, playing just on top of this hatch, taking care of 2 people there, and 1 kill there when he took care of the Jaeger. So overall, a beautiful round there by Team Orbit, taking care of their own presence, wasting a bit more time than they should have, but at the same time, the rest of the team, Paschi, and I believe it was Veron, were taking care of the garage wall. So they had all their avenues taken care of. Ghosty actually on the Nomad, who was taking care of the garage wall with Paschi, and they actually got it opened up in time for the site push, and the defenders were as well stuck inside the site. They're gonna retry cafeteria. This time a bit different strategy. No mute on the board. Viron is once again playing that IQ, but playing the bandit instead, and no Kaid. Katak Noob once again playing that Echo. So Echo is very useful. I don't think they brought an Echo last time around, but this time they're going to be playing him, and hopefully he can be a bit more useful than the Kaid was, because he wasn't able to do much at all apart from get shot from Ghosty from yellow stairs. Once again, the hatch is being reinforced by team agents, and they don't want to get rushed from behind at all. No Hibana being played by the attackers, so they can't really rush from behind here. And oh, Mobile's drones get to 2 drones shot this early on. Viron just keeping his drone on the main stairs. Ghosty expecting someone to be running out from yellow store, and Pakhtun Kid actually has rotated all the way to the top floor. And Fragger once again on the similar position where he got Stranger last time around. No castle being played this time, so they have easy access to the building, but the hatch, I believe that hatch was opened up, if you can have a look at it. No, it's reinforced actually. Okay, so a 3D gang playing underneath that hatch with it being reinforced, and so the attackers is gonna have a far more difficult time getting into side, as they have to deal with so much reinforcements, so many reinforcements. Ghosty has meanwhile taken care. No, never mind. I thought he'd taken care of yellow, but he was just repelling outside console windows, and he's expecting. So they've droned out Pakhtun Kid upstairs. They know that he is here, but they don't know where. And Jackal track now coming out. The Jackal has been absolutely detrimental, as Mullah Kamran's position inside bathroom has been given away. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and Mobile just repels up and takes care of him quite easily, as Pakhtun Kid is forced downstairs with the Jackal tracks coming out, and he does have 1 battery and a nitro cell attack. And Viron meanwhile using the IQ to perfection with the breaching charges intact. Fragger now using his Jackal track. He is on extremely low HP, and just a couple of Legion mines and he can be downed. But meanwhile, the side wall has been breached. The man count is in favor of the attackers. They have taken care of Mullah Kamran, but Pakhtun Kid is being challenged on inside tellers, and the C4 goes out. This might actually get the kill, but no, Fragger's down on the yellow stairs elsewhere. Movo's on extremely low HP. Pakhtun Kid just holding out inside tellers, and the attackers really losing momentum here, as Fragger has been revived. Freedy takes care of Fragger finally. The Nomad charge being wasted there essentially, as Viron gets the kill on a Freedy gang finally, as the Legion taken care of by the IQ, and Pakhtun Kid still inside tellers, can easily flank towards Piano, but he's being careful and biding his time. There's only 30 seconds left. Katak Noob has both of his Echo drones set down below the white van, as Pasti comes into contact with the first grenade, first smoke grenade, as Platoon Kid is taken care of elsewhere. 20 seconds left on the clock as Momo goes down to a Legion mine, but he's a Zofia, he can't pick his up. The plant being stopped
10
and
seconds left.
the Echo drones. Oh my god, this could be it. This could be the round right here. And oh, he saw it. He just saw it. Momo takes care of Contact Noob, and it's all down to Stranger and Veron. What a round by this man, ladies and gentlemen. Just taking care of so many things from inside piano, playing the IQ too. Fragger just having some difficulty. Anyways, barring the all chat discussion, the players definitely seem to be having a good time in this matchup, as it's been a very close one of the closest one I've casted so far in this tournament. And Pasty on this tournament once again. Veron on IQ has been absolutely amazing. Mobile once again, six picking from the Zofia to the Capital, realizing that they are going to top floor, and Ghosty calls for a rehoust. Uh, Hello, everyone, and we are back after a short disconnection from the server, but at the same time, the rehost was called by Team Orbit. Yeah, Team Orbit called the rehost, so it will count as their rehost. Anyways, we are back. Round number 4 now gonna start. 3 rounds underway. 3 rounds already gone through, and both garage defenses lost. Council was the first site they played, and it was the site they won. Passy is gonna six pick onto a Hibana, which is interesting to say the least because the Hibana doesn't really have a lot of views apart from maybe opening castle barricades from away, maybe. But yeah, the castle barricades did become a bit of a hassle as Bakhtoon Kid just waiting for him to load up as we yeah, the pings seem to be fine, and we have actually loaded into the game, and oh, there we go. Bakhtoon Kid is up and moving. Thankfully nothing happened there, as it would have been quite unfortunate for the rehost, but straight off the bat the castle barricades going off, and that the same quite a similar setup actually being done by the attackers. I'm surprised no Zofia is being played by the attackers, as Stranger once again making that rotation into Bathroom to play to top of Yellow Stairs, and they have this rotation from
10 seconds remaining.
the long desk into sight, which was used by
5
Malak
seconds
Kamran, if I remember correctly, to get the final kill onto the site pushing attacker, which was maybe Movo. But yeah, a Freedy gang on the Echo. Last time he was taken care of quite swiftly by his own teammates. And Pasky this time on the Hibana will be possibly looking to open up possible peak holes from afar, or opening up the castle barricades to disrupt the attackers, disrupt the defenders as they rotate inside the site. Pasky has a drone on the Yellow Stairs, and he will be looking to take control of it as quickly as he possibly can. He spots, ooh, just as he gets on the drone, the Jaeger is spotted, and Malak Kamran's position actually down there in yellow, it has been given away. But now he can take care of the drone and rotate away. He doesn't fall too far back, and he's still aware that his position is quite strong, and the attackers have to deal with it themselves. But Fragger just having some difficulty trying to find some footsteps, as Mullah Kamran is playing downstairs in security room. His position yet to be given away, as about halfway through the round, and yellow control seems to be the primary focus for Team Orbit, as Fragger is just expecting a rotate. As the first smoke grenade goes out to the Yellow Stairs, Stranger deciding to play his life out a bit more swiftly, as the first firebolt goes out. Movo just missing the smoke. His drone actually just there on the end, and ooh, Veron actually gets the kill there at the end with Ghosty shooting from below, and Mullah Kamran comes on the flank, and what a beautiful shot onto Movo, or onto Fragger actually, as he falls back with the slither of HP inside main lobby, as Veron just expecting a peek by the Jaeger. 1 minute left with an Echo and a Legion on the board. Veron should really be looking for these goo mines and taking care of them as soon as he possibly can. With Bakhtoon Kid still alive, it could be very difficult. Posty still hasn't opened up, and actually he's pushed up Yellow Stairs with Veron, and the Legion mines being so detrimental, as what a run out by Mullah Kamran, taking care of Movo on the rappel, as Veron's now going to push up. He's going to go for the pre-fire, get some damage, but he gets the kill onto Mullah Kamran. As the Jaeger taking care of downstairs with only 25 seconds left on the clock, as a castle, a Legion, and an Echo to be played against, and they have to go for the side push. Passy going for the defuse plant. Afridi has the Echo drone on him, and playing it to perfection, but the IQ takes care of the Echo drone, and Afridi gang has to push in aggressively. He gets taken care of by the guy playing on top of yellow. Veron takes down Afridi gang. Katek Noob, it's all down to Passy, and he doesn't stick the diffuser. And
Operators, you have
Agents
run out
take
of
that
time.
round by the time there at the end. Kataknu pushing in right there at the end, taking care of the cover for the diffuse plant. Had Pasty actually stuck that diffuser, he would have been able to get away with it. But the fact that the Legion was only downed and not taken care of, it dissuaded Pasty to go for that diffuse plant, and that was a really close round. It all came down to the wire with Katak Noob being the last man up for his team, being able to clutch the round out. But overall, a nice defense and a nice attack there at the end. Mullah Kamran, yes, Mullah Kamran with those beautiful runouts and flanks once again being proving to be detrimental for Team Orbit, and they really have to come up with some way to deal with
Attackers need
him,
to locate and defuse as
as
many bombs as they
Veron is
can.
the only one with any kills on his team. Yeah, so he's the only one in the last round, as Mullah Kamran, Katak Noom, and Guruji
Bomb
all
located by
stacked up
attackers.
for at least a couple of kills between them. And Mullah Kamran on this Jaeger has been absolutely amazing so far on Consulate. Consulate map is made to be roamed on, and so the castle actually was stuck inside
10
the
seconds left.
admin area, the office area, and he was forced to
5
go through
seconds to
either the
insertion.
nomad jabbed doorway, and he
Attackers are
would
heading
have
out to
got stuck
defuse a
in it,
bomb.
and the Hibana could have actually stuck the diffuse plant. But anyways, now once again, Makhtoon I believe, is on the top floor alongside Mullah Kamran. He's just laying down some Legion mines for him as cover as Mullah Kamran goes for a spawn peek. Ron really needs to get on this um, Legion mine hunt, as they have been absolutely detrimental for his team, wasting so much time as they have to wait every time they get hit, and they have to take out the goo needle, which just wastes so much time. That is that's an interesting way. They're trying to break the chair, but I think the only way you can actually break the chair is by an explosive and not by a shotgun. So Katak Noob is kind of stuck there. But either way, Katak Noob on that Echo once again. He played the Echo out
Attackers have
beautifully
dropped the bomb
last time around,
diffuser.
but he just
Attackers recovered the
wasn't
diffuser.
able to take care of the defuse plant, and Garage is yet to be won by the defenders. Meanwhile, Ghosty takes control of top floor, but Kamran is holding inside admin, waiting for someone to go into that doorway, which Fragger looks to be going into very soon. And yep, there we go. That punch hole being played beautifully by Mullah Kamran, taking care of Fragger, and that is the smoke grenade off. Smokes off the board as Freely takes care of Movo, and this roam by Team Agents is proving to be absolutely amazing, as Orbit has absolutely no answer to it whatsoever. The Nomad area is just not working out as they should be. Ghosty is just stuck right now, and he really should not be peeking these angles, because he knows that there's no one that he's gonna find out if someone peeks out from these angles, and a Freedy will give his position away should he go for that drone, and should he decide to run out. But Mullah Kamran is still on the top floor. He's still on the long desk, because why the hell not? And Veron inside piano, looking to see if he can take care of any utility. Mullah Kamran is pre-firing and making sure that there's no one there. But his position, meanwhile, has been given away. Afridi has actually moved from the top of spiral stairs and into the yellow stairs area, and he spots what a beautiful flick onto Veron's head, and he flanks the Nomad and Afridi there at the end. Guruji getting that triple kill onto the Nomad as well as the Planter. What an amazing round, a 4K there at the end by Guruji himself, getting 5 kills in 2 rounds and swinging the round lead in favor of Team Agents. I really have to question what's going on in the comms of Team Orbit, because they're just losing it. They're not droning as effectively as they should be. They're going into areas where they really shouldn't be heading to, like a Movo going into that doorway as the Jackal, knowing full well that they haven't cleared out the entirety of the top floor, and Mullah Kamran is known to be pesky, but now it's a challenge it's a challenge for the defenders as they've defended both upstairs and basement, so they have to go to a tertiary site. Usually, so a free league hang on 5 kills, and lobby is going to be the site to be defended. Um,
Attackers need to
the
locate and
operator
defuse as
lineup
many bombs as they
seems to
can.
be quite similar, picking the castle as well as the echo and the smoke. So along with the
Attackers have
legion, that
located
is
the
a
bomb.
very potent site defense lineup, but at the same time, the attackers are also bringing the buck this time. So buck alongside the twitch, two very powerful guns in the hands of the right person, and stranger just having some difficulty using that SMG-11 on the drones. Not necessarily known to be a drone killer of a gun, but the hatch, at least one of the hatch in
10 seconds
the
to insertion.
top floor has been breached open, and Pakhtun Kit once again on this top
5
floor.
seconds left.
Not a very peculiar sight to be to be
Attackers'
seen
objective is to defuse a
on
bomb.
this map, as he has been on that top floor and the start of the round for a lot of this matchup, especially after the rehost. Team Orbit really has to win this map, win this round at least, so that they can come back on their defensive half. Getting the half on 3-3, the 3-3 split can be very useful for the defenders, as they can rally back and use it to their advantage. As Stranger now moving into the meeting area, expecting someone to be playing, so Gossi has given his position away with that, opening that barricade. But meanwhile, still some reinforcements going up 1 minute into the round. 3 players upstairs, and if the defenders are not very, the attackers could easily go for sight and go for a plant. As Gatak Noob just oh, that is poor grenade work right there, as both grenades miss the Fragger almost taking the head off of Movo, as they're stuck behind these castle barricades, but so much time being wasted by just these castle barricades that they should realize that there's not a lot of presence inside. Stranger playing this very close angle towards the side, towards the castle doorway, and it should, if they had the grenades, they could have easily naded out the smoke from inside. And ooh, Stranger peeking and just missing the shots onto Fragger, both having some damage done to each other, as this top floor control is proving to be such a menace, as finally Ghosty has taken control of a meeting, pushing the defenders all the way towards yellow stairs, playing for their lives. 1 minute left, and this is looking to be a very good round for the defenders, as a Freely gang is also upstairs inside console office. So essentially there's only a couple of players on site for the attackers to deal with, but they're not worried about the side. 44 seconds left, and they still have to take care of anything related to the site, as the Ghosty finally takes care of the castle, and the Jaeger still playing inside bathroom is wasting so much time just staying alive in of itself. He's just doing so much work, as finally Passy takes care of him with 23 seconds left. The smoke's still alive, one smoke canister in hand, the shotgun in hand, as Katak Noob is still alive, waiting for someone to drop the hatch. And Stranger, there's a final smoke grenade as Pakhtun gets the kill onto Vivron, playing inside piano, and so many people dropping the hatch, and there at the end, Katak Noob and Stranger just finishing it all up. That was a beautiful defense there by Team Agents, as I believe so the final kill cam got bugged out, but a Freely gang, that round was all Mullah Kamran, Stranger, and at the end it was Katak Noob, but Stranger wasting so much time, and a Freely gang with those castle grenades. Had the grenades actually opened those castle barricades, it would have been a far different story, because those castle barricades really wasted so much time for the attackers to deal with them, and they also lost the grenades in their pursuit of the castle barricades, that they wasted so much time and utility, and they got literally nothing out of it. Anyways, now the side swap. this is where um, they got cut off the last time. Can they catch off team agents this time? Because they are on defense, and the defense did come back on coastline. Yeah, coastline. So I was thinking of Villa, but that was a different story. Coastline was that defenders
Defenders, protect your
actually
bombs from being
came
defused by
back
attackers.
to win the map, but this time it looks like the Orbit has to be a bit more careful with their defenses. They can't really let go of much. 4-2, putting down a very similar setup, and yeah, this is a crawl hole that Fragger can drop down from, and Buran just reinforcing that wall. No reinforcement on the rotation wall, so that could be a very detrimental if they go for. Oh no,
10
actually, never
seconds
mind.
remaining.
My screen just seems to be not doing me any favors, as
5 seconds left before
that reinforcement can help them to play inside connector with the rotation as
attackers
well.
moving out to locate
But
bombs and defuse it.
Ghosty reinforcing that edge of the long desk wall. Mullah Kamran just chilling by the gas station, taking in the petrol fumes as he's not moved a single inch in the first 15 seconds of the round. And
Drone activated.
Stranger now repelling up. Mullah Kamran is finally on his keyboard, and Fragger Orbit is playing inside admin with a prone position, and I believe Ghosty is supporting him in the castle role. Yes, the castle, and the Jaeger holding a crossfire on the window, and Fragger has left the building as he is disconnected. Truly unfortunate as it's so late in the round, but it's all down to Ghosty now to hold on to the admin, which he quickly abandons as he realizes that it's a far more difficult position to take care of, and his life is far more valuable than admin. And oh, he just spots the guy on the window as Pakhtunkid pushes in from copier desk, and Stranger's drone giving away
Bomb
the
located by
positions of the
attackers.
defenders, realizing that they have control of admin. Stranger will now repel in. Pakhtunkid on the Zofia is essentially a 4v5 now because of the unfortunate um, leave by Fragger. But yes, so Movo on the smoke roll, his position will become very precarious now. 1 minute 22 and the first smoke canister goes out. The rotation hole has been breached open, and he's being pressured from so many angles now. He's just laying down the smoke so quickly, and he's taken care of from down below. So much effort into taking care of this one smoke, as Mullah Kamran will come into contact with the Echo, and Baron just not checking his angles as Pakhtunkid is going for the defuse, and this is not looking good at all as the flashes come out. Where is he even planting? Actually right behind the bomb, as I just saw him, and Katak Noob gets It's all down to Pasty in a 1v5. Quite a similar sight to what we saw on the final round of Coastline. Um, but yeah, he gets the kill onto Pakhtunkid and still has a mountain to climb, which he unfortunately would not. And they don't have a rehost, so they will have to wait for Fragger to join. Just waiting on confirmation on whether we will go for a rehost or not. So there will not be a rehost, but they will have to play a 4v5. Truly unfortunate in their situation as 5-2 on their defense. They would have really wanted Fragger to be here to be able to frag out for his team and rally them back on this comeback, essentially, after the 4-2 disappointing attacking half that they had. But anyways, going down to cafeteria as top floor didn't work out clearly. They're gonna pick the Jaeger and the Legion. Oh, Fragger's back. Congratulations to Fragger, but could it be too little too late? No, he's just gonna get Vigil. So the game knows that they want him to frag, and he's gonna six pick to the dock. So he's gonna stick to that Fragger role with the dock six pick, but at the same time, there's no breach denial on the board, and the only hard breacher they have is the Hibana. They might not be expecting a downstairs defense, and just waiting for everyone to load in so we can get into the match. I believe Fragger has landed into the game, but he's just loading uh, in the final bits. Yep, there we go. Ghosty with 3 kills, the highest bagger for his team so far after the latest rehost. As downstairs, let's see how they set it up differently to what um, Team Agents did. Because Team Agents lost Garage on their first try there. They lost it twice, but in the last time around, they were actually able to flank Team Orbit so hard that they were unable to find any response to it. It was actually Guruji who got the 4K in that ground defense. Bandit actually who got that 4K there in the basement defense, and this time they would want Fragger to be the same role. They would want to get as early picks as they possibly can. They would want to deal with either the Bug or the Zofia as quickly as they possibly can, but they're gonna have to do it patiently, because Team Agents have portrayed that they are far more patient than Team Orbit, by the looks of it. Free the gang on the Nomad once again has been absolutely amazing. A Stranger has been good on his drone work. Drone work has been absolutely amazing as well. I'm sure I forgot to mention it, but the drone work has been absolutely crucial as the Legion's position has been given away as he drops the hatch. Friedikan could have easily opened the window and pre-fire the Legion, but instead Paschi is still upstairs, his position yet not given away, and Buck is actually inside bathroom, still not aware that there is someone playing by a long desk. And okay, so Paschi is just gonna fall back with the drone giving his position. Pakhtun Kid actually gets him on the rotate. So I don't really know what was happening there. A lot of drone work happening right now for Team Agents there, as Mullah Kamran on that Buck looking to see if he can push into Piano and start going to work on the floorboards. Movo on the smoke now, wanting to delay for as long as he possibly can, wanting to see if he can actually hold on to his smokes for a little bit longer than last time. Kadak Noob still hasn't found, so that's the Legion, that is Veron being caught, but that he's deep inside. There's not a lot of work to be done on him, but Mullah Kamran actually getting some team damage dealt to him as Movo, yes, the smoke actually dealing some damage to him as, ooh, what a shot there by Fragger, really showing up right now in this round as he's still alive and he can still do so much damage. He takes care of the Buck, and that is the grenades off the board, and now the team Movo actually pushes very aggressively on the yellow stairs, and Fragger gets the kill onto Stranger. It's all down to Guruji on the Nomad to actually clutch this round out in a 1v4 to take his team to match point, and he won't get a single kill, and Fragger finishes the round off with a 3k, really putting a statement down that he is back, and he is back on in good fashion. This could possibly be the momentum shifter, especially on a map like Consulate, where the momentum is so useful for the defenders. So they're really taking a deep breath now. All of them, they haven't picked a single operator yet, and they're going to go to Consul. They really want to win this site and go for the perfect rotation if they want to come back into this round. If they lose even one site now, they will be forced to play that infinite overtime if they want to eventually win the grand final. This is of course the final map. There is no best of 5 as it's not a major, so it's a best of 3 but with infinite overtime. And so Consul locked in, quite a similar setup being brought on the attack with the Jackal and the Zofia and the Buck. But on the defense side, the Castle being played once again. Consul didn't work out too well for them the last time they tried to defend it, but they were defending it with a man deficit. They with a man deficit, and they weren't able to hold on to admin as much as they would have wanted to, and there wasn't a lot of presence by the attackers on anywhere else except the admin office. So that was where Fragger was last seen in that defense before before he was unfortunately departed in the disconnection, possibly, I don't know,
Attackers are moving out to locate
to the
the
heavens,
hostage.
yes. And now he will hopefully want to frag out for his team, really bring Orbit back into this matchup, as he was absolutely amazing in that last round. Once again, an admin attack in the cards for Team Orbit, as Malak Kamran is just readying a grenade, chucking it inside bathroom. Unfortunately, it will not bear any fruit. No damage done to any of the defenders, and that's one possible grenade off the board. And so this is a very beautiful setup by Movo here. So he's actually protected by so many angles, and there's no Thatcher on the board, so they can't clear out these batteries from anywhere but below. So they have to send Malak Kamran below to take care of these batteries. And the second grenade comes in, and Pasti, just a sliver of HP left on him as he gets away with his life intact. The smoke actually playing behind that shield inside could be a very difficult position for the attackers to deal with, as Movo has the bulletproof camera giving him information from down below, as well as the Buck now start to go to work on the floorboard. Meanwhile, no, he actually moves onto Visa stairs and now goes towards the spiral stairs, expecting someone to be flanking him, or so the Hibana being negated quite successfully using the bandit. But Fragger playing so aggressively on the desk, and Pakhtun Kid so in tandem with that peak that he missed it by the milliseconds, and the Jaeger's position being given away by the back of him, and a Freely Gang missing so many shots on the Jaeger. But Brother Kamran finally taken care of, and Sayer takes care of Pasti, who was already on so low HP, and the bulletproof camera taken care of as well. The top of spiral control clearly in favor of the defenders, the attackers actually, as Movo the last man alive on the site, as he does have a lot more time to play with this, a lot less time to play with. He has the smoke grenade still intact, as he can push up aggressively with his smoke grenades, and he isn't going to fall back to the bomb. He has to play his life for as long as he possibly can. His character model seems to have been glitched out. It's down to a 3v5, but Ghosty has been downed as well, and Pakhtunkhor is going to kill off Viron, so essentially down to a 1v5 for Movo to play out of, and he will not be able to do it. It's a flawless round for the attackers, and Team Agents move to match point, series point, championship point. Team Agents proving to be an absolutely formidable side. Fragger not being able to do much. Malak Kamran on that Buck has been absolutely amazing. Afridi Gang on the Nomad has been no slouch as well. 6 kills apiece. They have been really showing up for their team. Meanwhile, on Team Orbit, they seem to have just fallen off the map at this point. Viron pulling out a Clash. So they really have thrown caution to the wind now. They're possibly going to 6-pick onto the Clash, possibly. If they do, it's going to be possibly the last nail in the coffin for the defenders, because the Clash isn't really a very useful operator. No, so they're going to pick the Kaid. So going to lobby, possibly wanting to throw off the attackers. They might not be expecting a lobby push, but a lobby attack. But at the same time, the Buck is so useful on this map that you can't really do much about him. And if he's present in able hands, and the hands of Malak Kamran of all people, it can be a real menace for the defenders, and they can't really do much about it. except just pray to God that he misses his shots and is not able to control the recoil, which he hasn't shown to be able to be
10
done
seconds
doing so
remaining.
far. And just reinforcing the hatches, and this
5
shows that
seconds
they
left
are going
before
to
insertion.
try and hold on to top floor for as long as they possibly can.
Attackers
Reinforcing the hatch
defuse the
though
bomb.
is an interesting touch. They're reinforcing both hatches and some reinforcements on the wall, and Ghosty is opening up the entirety of the wall towards spiral stairs. This shows that they want to have the attackers be wary of their position as Malakamran on the buck goes towards the stairs as Viron gets the kill using his pistol. What a shot that must have been. Unfortunately, we missed it, and that's the Nomad off the board. A Freedy gang not being able to do much at all. And he doesn't want to open up that hatch as it will get rid of the bandit battery. Pasty opening up that. And the run out comes out. Pasty runs out. And Stranger is down. And suddenly, this is looking like a great round for the defense, as 2 players down, Zofia as well as the Nomad. But Malakamran and Pakhtun Kid are still alive, and these 2 are known to be perfectly well-abled operators to take care of the defenders. Last time it was a flawless round with on the back of these 2 players, so they're gonna have to work some magic should they want to finish off in this round. Team Orbit really doesn't want to go down without a fight, and they want to play this out for as long as they possibly can, possibly push this to overtime, which does seem a bit unlikely, but at the same time, Malakamran, yes, they do have a Kaid and no Thatcher on the board, so they have to deal with the Kaid charges manually, but Malakamran can meanwhile go ham on these floorboards. Khatak as well using that shotgun as a secondary buck cosplay, as the nade being cooked. This will take care of the smoke, and no, the smoke being saved by the ADS placed on that doorway, so close to being killed. And actually the attackers now in a bit of a pickle with 1 less grenade to work with, and no breach charges on Pakhtun Kid as well, so he really has to come down the side and go for the frags. Ooh, I think the drone just missed one of the defenders playing downstairs as the Mozzie's position is given away inside the site, and Kata can actually look to take care of him from above, but so much time is being wasted by the attackers upstairs as Katak Noob gets the Mozzie who he had droned up, and opening up the windows from above, just making sure the attackers are aware, and Pakhtun Kid gets Pasty, so all of a sudden the man count swings in favor of the defenders, and Pakhtun Kid almost landing the shots onto Fragger. Fragger really needs to win this fight, and he does. He gets the kill onto Pakhtun Kid, and Malakamran pushing in from behind him. He's gonna get the pre-fire on him with only 5 seconds left. The attackers really have to come in. It's all down to Movo to stop this defuse plant, and he's gonna get the kill onto the bucket. All he has to do is get the defuse plant, and Team Orbit live to fight another day. In the end, it all came down to Movo and Fragger on those spiral stairs. That was truly a great round there by Team Orbit, but still they have 2 more rounds to clinch the championship point. They will remain on match point, championship point for the remainder of these 2 rounds, and that looming threat of the match point can really be unnerving for some teams, but I don't think it's affecting Team Orbit as much as it should. Going back down to Cafeteria, this could well possibly be the last round of the matchup as we see it, as Cafeteria has not been a defender-sided site at all. As well, I think only 1 defender win on the site on this map so far in 10
Attackers
rounds.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
And Fragger bringing the bulletproof camera, so an interesting touch. Just 1 less pair of barbed wire, but they do have 2 sets there, 3 sets there actually, so they don't have to worry about that. Not bringing no Maestro on the board, but with the Echo and the multiple cams, they can cover a lot of area with those cams. Fragger playing the revolver. An interesting choice for the Doc, but at the same time he has the black eyes, so who am I to judge? But Movo last time played his life out beautifully and was actually the lifesaver in that round. Can he stay alive for as long as he did last time around and actually affect the round? And with no IQ on the board, the Echo Cams can stay alive for a bit more longer as well. And the attackers really have to be quick with their execute, as Pakhtunkhwa this time has moved on to the Thermite. They realize there is no breach denial, but the Echo drones are there to give them information on whether or not there is going to be a push. And Momo just having some difficulties with the rotations. The site has been breached open, and Momo now forced to get to his position by the pipes. This is a very strong position for a smoke player, and Fragger is playing by that yellow balcony, and as we say that, actually no, Stranger gets the kill on Capacity, and Fragger is playing behind that white ambulance on those yellow boxes. So that is the Jaeger, that is a roamer off the board, and Fragger with that ACOG can peek on very long angles, and Ghosty actually with a beautiful shot from deep inside the security room. I believe he went onto the table to get the kill, and that is Pakhtunkhwa just admiring the angles there by Ghosty, as that is the Thermite off the board, but his job was far from over then, and he didn't really have much to contribute to his team apart from the gun. And 4v4 halfway through the round, and the attackers have made a lot of progress in terms of map control, as they now have Piano as well, and they can go, oh, this could actually get him a kill, and no, the defenders actually were able to move just in time for that rechargement through. Mullah Kamran uncharacteristically missing a lot of shots on the smoke, but Movo is down to very low HP. He's gonna play very aggressively on this breach hole, and down to 54 seconds. And the smoke grenades coming out now by the Jackal, I believe, as Mullah Kamran takes care of the smoke, playing next to the breach. Fragger, the last man on this garage site, looking to see if he can take care of the attackers, but no, once again, Mullah Kamran and Stranger proving absolutely fatal. It's all down to Ghosty inside security room. He's gonna get pressured by Mullah Kamran. He gets the kill. He's down to a 1v4 now. He can deny the plant once again, but Katak Noob is going to continue to stick it, as there's not a lot of ways for Ghosty to get out of this 1v3. He gets the kill onto Kotaku, brings it down to a 1v2. He has to ace to keep his team alive on this round and in this championship. And this is looking very dire straits, as they have top floor control, they have angles on the diffuser, they have drone on where the Echo is, and this is looking like a very difficult round for Ghosty to come out of. He has to ace this in order to win. He gets the Claymore, he doesn't know where the attackers are. He's gonna have to stick it. There's not a lot of time left. He spots the Capitao, but it's too little too late. He runs out to get the kill. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Agents are your Bro League Season 3 champions, with an amazing round there at the end, finishing it off 7-4 on Consulate, on Garage. Mullah Kamran, by far the MVP of the round, of the map overall, and what an amazing performance by Team Agents, your champions for Bro League Season 3. And well played to Team Orbit. They proved to be quite a significant opponent for Team Agents, but in the end, Team Agents proving to be too good for their opponents in the end, and Team Agents are your Season 3 Bro League champions. And we will be calling in someone from Team Agent for the post-match interview, possibly hoping it to be Guruji to come in for the interview. He is in popular demand, and we will be bringing in for an interview soon. And that map overall was an absolute a slugfest there at the end. It all came down to Ghosty. Ghosty did so well in that 1v3, but he needed help from his teammates. He needed some help on those roams, but they were just not working out. And we will be bringing in Ghosty.
AFK करो
And welcome. Congratulations, Guruji, on your win. How does it feel like to be the Bro League champions for season 3?
thank you very much. It's a great honor, well, to be a champion of a Bro League.
Mm,
I would
And
say, yeah, keep going. Sorry.
no, I just wanted to ask how did you prepare for this match? How does it feel that all your preparations actually bore fruit there at the end?
My preparation, it was almost like none. All the strategy were like made by Najam, the Pakhtun kid. He was the
Okay.
one like leading the team with the strategies he was making
Mhm.
in. Like then he calling me like, let's go try the strategies. He was the one like
Mhm.
taking as a vice captain. He was like taking a lead.
Okay, so who was the in-game leader then?
It was Najam this match, final match.
Oh, okay. So now he Pakhtun kid. Yes. So overall, who was in the entire tournament? It was Pakhtun Kid, or
No, it
was
was
this
me.
like a last second change? Oh, okay. So it
It
was a
was me.
last second change. Good enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It was a really nice map. Consulate, Team Agent, Team Orbit were looking to come back after they got Fragger back. But how was it
Yeah.
like when they lost Fragger in that round? Where it was a 4v5 quite early on with that unfortunate disconnect. How were the comms working to capitalize on that mishap?
When he drop off,
Yeah, yeah.
it was like a miracle. It was a miracle. Like God already selected. Like he decided that the agents will win. So he was planning something for us. So he dropped one of them.
Okay, so we have this very important question to ask you before we let you go, and it's how did this infamous nickname, Guruji, come into existence, and how were you? How did you come to know? Because I only found out before this match that you're the famous Guruji, and how did this come into existence?
Like I'm too old for this game. Like I've been playing for years, and when I joined like CS community with my country fellows, like in
Hmm.
Pakistan, before I was playing on EU server. I've never played on this server CS. So when I came here, so I joined this Pakhtun kid and other guys, our fellow.
Hmm.
So they, when I was playing with them, they said you are so old, like you are old. I'm like 28-year old, and I'm also like got experience. I've been through everything. So he gave me a nickname of Guruji, like you are a guru to us, we can learn from you. So that was a big thing. It was Najm, it was Pakhtun kid who gave me this name, a title.
Fair enough, fair enough. Perfect. Nice to hear. In the end, anything you want to say to your fans who are watching you on stream right now and watching you win the Bro League final?
I would say I don't have too much fans because I'm a bit toxic and don't they know me and they hate me for this. But I would say like it's a good tournament. Like we need more tournaments like this. Good organizers. This is very a discipline or tournament in our country. One is the Gulen and
Mm,
this one is also the best. I would say this is the better than the Gulen because in Gulen there is some miscommunication and a lot of mishaps happening. In this it is already like computerized. We went for the websites and other thing. It was well organized. So to the other people, like keep going on, make your teams. And one thing I will tell to all the community of who play from Pakistan, don't go for a pirated version. Buy the games and promote everything. Promote the games, like give him some money. They made the game. Don't crack it. Just buy it.
very, very wise words coming from Guruji here. And thank you for your time, Guruji. Congratulations once again
Thank
on your
you.
victory. And I will bid you farewell. As I
Thank
would
you.
like to, thank you. I would like to thank Jersey Man for his beautiful animations for the stream for Broly Season 3. I would like to thank Hasib Bhai and Rehmat Bhai who were working behind, and everyone else who was working behind the scenes and helping us run this tournament as smoothly as it was. And I would like to thank Bunny as well as Rayan Bhai who helped me in casting, and also, I would like to thank Rayan Bhai for setting up this beautiful tournament and allowing us to be a part of it. And that is it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening in to this final moments of Bro League Season 3. Hopefully, I will see you in next time. And goodbye.
And at the very end, we would all like to thank you with big hearts from the deep down sides of our hearts for coming and to casting the tournaments and the finals for us. Thank you very much, Ahmed, our local Kickstar. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.